OPS. I know we've had a love-hate relationship over the last couple of days.
We believe in you, OPS.
At least I'm hoping that you aren't the reason that a bunch of my drivers got uninstalled. That was an ADHD nightmare. I suddenly went from 2 monitors to 2 monitors that only display one screen.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds awful.
Oh yeah, no, it was A, disorienting, and B, I was just like, no, I need to have that thing over on the side that I can just stare at and be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm ready to go over there when I'm distracted. But how's everyone's week going so far?
Very good. Like, I think I showed you guys the PC that I built for this week, right? Or this last week, right?
I'm assuming that's what we're seeing in the Discord.
Well, that was my personal one, but... One second.
Oh, there you are. Oops.
This was the one I built this last time. I'll actually upload. Damn you, Discord, with your 8 megabyte thing.
Oh yeah, no.
There we go.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is by far the prettiest build I've ever done.
Ooh.
Drop that in the chat so people in the VOD can see.
You can always just show it on the OBS. Or show it on your screen, I guess.
First of all, I don't want people to know how many different Discords I'm in. Second of all, that would mean I'd have to start capturing Discord.
That's fair.
Ugh.
Actually, wait, no, you wouldn't have to. You just have to click on it and see View Original. And just open it in another tab in Windows.
Because I have 2 screens, Discord always just randomly chooses which screen it'll put it on. Which is why I've sometimes randomly opened GIFs that we've dropped here on stream. Hey, Robot. How you doing?
Hello, Robot. Yes, it is very shiny.
Also, don't think I didn't notice you who's subbing to the YouTube channel, so that way you can catch up on VODs.
I was actually watching Saved by the Spell today. I mean, you saw the comment probably.
Yes.
I'm still working on that. I had work today, so I couldn't really get everything in that first message, but I'll eventually get it sorted.
Oh, that's fine.
How dare you have a life outside of here?
I know, I'm a monster.
Yeah, it's almost like I put up that entire YouTube channel so people could watch at their own leisure.
That's crazy!
I know, right? But before you jumped in, I was actually talking about how much I'm loving playing Daedalus and that. I just get to be the problem child instead of the put upon every man.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going, old man Enoch is just gonna be basically Wolverine.
Yeah, actually, I can see that.
Oh my god.
He wakes up and hurt by Johnny Cash starts playing every single morning.
Oh lord.
You know what else I could see? Enoch's I think from the Family Guy, that one guy. I've seen some stuff, man. I wouldn't recommend it.
You ever fight a dragon? No, it's not fun. Which reminds me, because I am currently on the timer of the booster kicking in, I'm gonna open up an energy drink.
Cracking open.
All right. Well, let's see. I have notes prepared. I have the intro written out. I had other stuff behind the scenes taken care of.
Ooh,
It is
well,
8 o'clock on the dot.
Well, right before then, let's go with, since El Robot missed last week, the quote of last session goes to Zeno. I didn't get to go back. I call hacks.
Oh my god, I got the quote.
You did it!
Yay!
Thanks for that.
Like,
El Robot.
again, in character, he'd be really pissed off that he didn't get teleported back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that random guy did, I didn't. What the fuck?
I just realized that dwarf merchant actually gives me inspiration for a character I might come up with. Just to have him randomly teleported to this jungle, like, what blazes, what am I?
Well, yeah, it's also like when we made the joke to Bracky when we raid him. Hey, if you're free on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, for guest spots, I would love. There are so many different places where I could have you guys get roped in. That would be amazing.
No joke. I messaged my best friend that I was like, I summoned a random dwarf in a hallway. He calls me. What the fuck happened?
Wild
Like,
magic. Not even once.
I showed him the table. I'm like, I rolled 8, whatever that number was.
Oh man. Oh, there's some other chicanery that can happen later on, but I'll get into details about that when we get time to cross that bridge. But,
Almost forgot to switch my icon. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It would be good to actually get into the game.
And for those wondering, Chaco's a little held up, so Milo will be piloting Elise until Chaco gets here.
Mm-hmm. She'll only be probably over an hour before they get back, but it's alright. Oh, shouldn't miss too much. And as Deluna gets brought in for Zeno, I think I'll go ahead and get started with the session proper. Welcome, one and all, to session 21. Excuse me. Hold on a second. 21 of Chult of Personality. When last we left our expedition, Zeno, the half-elf sorcerer, Enoch, the human warlock, Wick, the squashling cleric, and Elise, the wood elf ranger fighter. Our party continued to explore the ruins of Omu. They happened to find an unusual shrine with a gladiatorial pit, regaling the Honorable Shigambi at her pursuit of Nang Nang the Grung, who stole a spear for the god Uptao. The party investigated the corridor into the pit, but upon setting foot inside it, they triggered a trap that summoned 4 animated statues of Omuan gladiators. Through the encounter, as harrowing as it was, one by one, the warriors were felled, and as they turned to dust, they dropped their spears, which remained. And after barely exchanging words with a frightened dwarven merchant who vanished just as fast as he appeared by Zeno's wild magical surge, the party opted to rest inside the shrine to recover from their injuries. The next day, the party were able to place their acquired spears into the statues in the entrance of the shrine, and a small cube bearing the images of Shigambi emerged from a nearby pedestal. Upon leaving the shrine, they discovered the bodies of 2 commandants outside the entrance, and a group of snake-like humanoids of various configurations waiting for them. Their leader ordered to seize them, but our heroes were victorious and held back their assault. After some short-range reconnaissance by flight, our party made way to a nearby courtyard and discovered the aftermath of a gruesome and fiery battle. The lonely survival in the pile of rubble called out to his would-be rescuers, a man named Orvex Okramus, who was hired by another group in the ruins as a translator and guide. He offered to join the party to explore more of the city, and the party in turn accepted his help. After Dan and Wick took flight and located another potential site of interest, they rejoined the party. What other sights and dangers await in these ruins and shrines to come? Let's find out. And I'm just for that, I'm going to bring you guys back over to the map of Omu. Right over here.
It zoomed in so much that I started to forget where we were. Okay, there we go.
Yep. You're in the courtyard that was nearby the building, which Dan had pointed out over here.
Yeah. One thing I was gonna say is, oh crap, you just said his name and now my brain is like, no.
You're remembering the Family Feud, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. Named him. There we go.
All right, my notes aren't open.
No,
Yes,
it's not
if he is named, he is an enemy.
Oh yeah, Orvex. I was gonna look to Orvex. So I don't want to seem rude, but we kind of need everything we can get our hands on. Do you know if those Yuan-Ti fellas went through your friend's pockets?
They could have. I suppose if nothing is sacred for those Yuan-Ti, from as far as I experience, and as it kind of motions over, there's just a pile of human wizards that were just lit in fire, as opposed to the honor that they had shown apparently to their kin, as he kind of points over to where the pike was situated, and that basically bore the sigil of Dendar that Dad had previously looked at.
Well, I know there's a few buys that weren't on fire, so Enoch will kind of like check them, see if there's anything, useful there that they could use.
Yeah, the bodies that were left around, they didn't really have anything of value on them.
Okay, well that's mostly anything I would need.
Alright. So, this poses the question, where do you guys want to go next?
I guess we'd start making our way over to where Wick and Dan saw the potential temples, I think.
Alright. So, off to the west of them?
Yeah.
Rhino!
Alright. And I'll go ahead. Bring you guys over to this again. And first thing of note, pay no attention to the fact that there is a completed sign over the Shagami Shrine.
I was gonna say, like,
Completed!
the hell are we? Why is there giant completed numbers at the top of the screen?
I just assumed that was magic.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep, for this map, they have all the shrines that you may run into on this one, so I just figured going forward, the ones I had posted completed, they're right there. And then I'll just post you guys where you guys should be coming in. So, for example, on this one, a rectangular pool of murky water stretches before this vine-draped shrine. Rope bridges that once spanned the water float on the surface, tangled with other debris. The shards of a toppled monolith form stepping stones to the middle of the pool, where a statue of a stone frog rises above the water.
Is that a frog? Because that looks like a screaming face to me above game.
Yeah, I was going to say, kind of looks like the moon I summon when I use Moonbeam.
Yeah, that does.
I was gonna say that looks very much like a guy who, can't swim.
True.
Speaking of which, anybody have a passive perception of 14 by chance?
I tell you who doesn't, Dan.
This guy does not.
The only person with that would be Elise.
Alright,
Yeah.
so, Wick, you also notice that right over in this square in the water, you happen to see a pair of, or a set of eye stalks just barely sticking out in the water.
He blinks. He's gonna slowly, crouch down, on his hands and knees. Hello?
As you go to say hello, the stalks just kind of spin around, and you see 3 eyes that are just sitting in the water. They just stare back at you and blink, blink, blink.
Blink, blink, blink. He's gonna just reach out and, splash the water a little.
Okay. You go to splash the water.
This is fine.
Alright. Hold on, I gotta get on the right layer for this.
Alarms are going off in my head.
As erupting from the water emerges a large frog-like form
Oh,
with
no.
That's what I thought it was.
giant tentacles. And I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
That is not even slightly what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm having flashbacks to the Frog Wars.
Oh, good. 8.
Oh, where's the initiative tracker in here? Dang it.
1!
Oh, good.
Yeah, turn that down just a slight bit more. Alright, I got roll for everybody's initiatives,
Come on.
including the police.
I think it was right about when I heard 3 eyes. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Right. I have a possible solution for this, but unfortunately, I'm going second to last.
At least you have spells.
Alright, so Elise, what did you get?
I actually don't know
Let's
what
see,
the
at least
actual
rolled a
happiness is. I
12.
have never encountered this at all.
Froghemoth.
I mean, I got that much just from looking at him.
Yeah.
Past that, that's about as much as I can glean, really.
Well, let's put it this way. This might be the less... This encounter with Froghemoth will be less bad than the last time I had to fight one of these. Because the last time I had to fight one of these also involved 2 ships of zombies, a mummy, and a poltergeist.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
And I was the only one who could see the poltergeist.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you ever have to be a bard and tank a mummy and a poltergeist by yourself? I did.
Odd.
One of those.
As we all know from the Unexpectables, bards are tanks.
Mm-hmm.
We don't try to be, it just happens, okay?
Alright, Froghemoth rolled a 10. Kawasha.
Oh, poor Dio. I miss you.
Alright, Kawasha rolled a 10. Koopalue rolled a soft 20.
I feel like Koopaloo immediately saw this and like, nope.
And what does Orvex get? Not as good.
Yeah, Orvex, welcome to the team.
Let's see, Orvex rolled an
Not by
8.
fire, Orvex.
And he's still
You
looking very
chose this.
particularly rough. Let's see, he did get some healing last session, if I recall.
Yeah.
Did we ever learn if Vortex could fight? Probably not.
Well,
We
you
gon'
see,
find out.
he does have a crossbow with him
Okay.
and a short sword. So yeah, apparently he can do that. Also,
Also,
Today-
when you rearrange the turn order, Chaco definitely has a higher dex mod than me.
all right. What did I say? Orvex rolled an 8. All right, so that's an 8 from Orvex.
While you're getting all that
Sure,
ready,
completely ready.
Elferat, I will tell you from experience of the Frog Wars, getting vored by any kind of frog enemy in D&D, not a pleasant experience.
Imagine not.
Every single one of our party, except for our Tortle Paladin fighter, got to experience it. And that's only because with his armor, he was 500 pounds.
Oh, jeez. I had to do a roll-off for Kawasha and the Froghemoth, and the Froghemoth beat Kawasha in the initiative. Alright. Well, that should be everybody's initiative. Yeah, Koopaloo is definitely looking a big heckin' frightened as he has to huck a sling at this giant frog thing. That's cocked. Oh, what's the AC of a Froghemoth? There you are. Having both those up. That's gonna miss. The frog the stone just goes wide, and Koopaloo is gonna take a few steps this way away from it. Which will bring us then to Yuki.
I mean, it's in the water. She's not getting her paws wet. She's just gonna
Understandable. Have a day.
stand over here, and like, if it gets close, maybe she'll bark at it. It's just not gonna do anything at this moment.
All right. Next up will be Elise, as she has her longbow drawn. I have to double check. Bonus action, she's going to cast Hunter's Mark. Sorry, that was a misclick. As she's gonna mark that. She's probably going to make her way over. Oh, wrong token. Over to here. And probably take a step back. She's gonna take a couple of shots at the Froghemoth. Alright, so first one. That's definitely gonna hit. So that's chat box. Why did you get out on me? Dang it. Alright, so first shot, yeah, that hits. For 8 piercing damage plus Hunter's Mark. Sorry guys, this is getting... Oh, hold on a sec, I gotta load back in because I have no idea how to put the chat box back in here.
Oof.
So, 10 damage on the first one. And then, oh my god, a natural 20 on the second shot. Let's go!
Hooray.
Which also means that they get... So, max damage plus... So that's 60... That's 20 points of piercing damage on the first shot. Plus... Oh, great. I gotta grab character sheets again. Alright, Elise. Where are you? So, that's gonna be...
As a response to this, ye, and I can't stress this important enough, ta.
Ah. So that's 20 plus 13, 33, plus 7, 40 points of damage on the second shot.
Good.
Very good.
Alright. Jeez, Elise, you did 50 points of damage to this thing in one turn.
DPS, man.
Alright. And that's all she can do for this turn. That'll bring us to Enoch.
Yep, Enoch will also position. Oh, great. I don't got any spells for this. So, he's just gonna start blasting.
Alright.
24.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
It's okay, Enoch. You have the one spell that matters.
Eldritch Blaze.
And 13.
Let me double check.
Enoch basically went. So anyway, I just started blasting.
That just misses, unfortunately.
Oh well. At least I'm hopefully out of the splash zone.
Alright. Next up is the Froghemoth's turn. It's going to make its way over to here. Let's see. It's not very smart. Actually, it doesn't even have to move, really. It sees Kawasha, the closest one to it, as it's going to make a tentacle attack against Kawasha.
I'm sure this is fine.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. Oh my god!
No, not
Side-
Kawasha.
It's either really good or really bad.
You see the one tentacle just go and whack itself around Kawasha, and his body just goes slack inside of the tentacles.
Oh,
And
no.
he then to make another tentacle attack against you, Wix. It's you're off to the left.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
That matches.
So you're gonna take. Six, 21 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacle wraps around you.
Alright.
And you are currently restrained by it. So, actually, technically, you are grappled by it.
Alright.
And you see that as Kawasha goes slack, the beast just takes the tentacle with Kawasha and it just hurls it inside the gullet of this creature.
There goes my plan.
Oh, that's not great.
Alright, so this is technically going to be a bite attack. Yeah, and that's a crit.
Well, Kawasha's dead.
Not technically yet? Question mark?
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
Kawasha dies, no one can talk with Koopalue.
I think he technically has one more death saving throw. Technically.
We just have to get him outside of the frog. Easy.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. And of course it's Kawasha's turn.
Oh dear. No, isn't that's Dude Man, right? Or-
I have to see. Actually, no. I take that back. He does not swallow it because it's a tentacle attack. It has to be a bite attack. So, sorry, I have to go into the right layer. So, good news is, he's not inside the creature.
And if he's outside, he's still passed out.
Yep.
It's better than the alternative, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, can make it 2 attacks with the tentacles. I'm gonna make that. So, yeah, it currently has 2 creatures within its grasp. So, it currently has, as Wick and Kawasha. And Kawasha has to make a death saving throw. Oh, no, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not using meat grinder rule, so he technically passes. All right.
People ask why as a
So-
warlock I took Spare the Dying.
Alright.
No, I 100% understand because I would have as well.
I'm just having a note in my book here. Alright, so that's one save. Alright, that'll bring us to Orvex. Very perturbed by the fact that he's, sees this beast just grab this man. He is going to take his short bow and, shoot at him. That's a good hit. For, let's see, I believe that's a D6. A very palpable hit. For 7 points of damage.
Yeah, hey Orvex, welcome to the party. This is normal for us.
And he's going to also move further back away. I'm not
mean, the
sure if I
fog is
signed up for this.
You get used to it.
Ah,
You really don't!
alright.
It's
Some
sad
of
that
us
we
get
have
used
to.
to it.
And that brings us now to Dan.
All right. Well, he's getting on his broom. Try to get as far away as he can and still be in range for Moonbeam. So I'm like 15 feet away, probably 15 feet high would still put me in range. And out of this thing's range, I think.
Alright, let's go ahead and get the moonbeam.
Oh, no, Witch Bolt. I was
Oh,
going to go
Witch
Witch Bolt because it's one target, and that's a natural 20.
Oh! Ho, 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 ho.
Nice.
Roll the
And I'm
damage.
casting at level 3.
Alright.
Sizable bolt, I feel.
Yeah, so 12 plus 7, that's 19 plus... Oh, actually, wait.
Is oh yeah, non-lane criticals.
Yep.
So
Max
that's
Oh, that's
damage.
right. So that's 22 plus 19. So 41 points of lightning damage as
Maleficia Fulmin!
one thing that you notice is that as big of a hit as that lightning bolt was, the creature immediately jolts. It didn't seem like the lightning had as much damage in the water as you would have expected at it, but it did seem
shit.
like it did do something against it.
Okay.
You're not
I mean,
sure what.
This is at level 3, so
I don't know what it did, but it gets results.
yeah. And, you know, as my bonus action, this seems like a very, very good time for me to use my crippling jinx, Cloudus, and now it can't move, 20 feet is removed from its movement.
Oh, good to know. All right. All right. And with that out of the way, Wick, it's now your turn.
Alright. Well, Wix is going to do a heckin'. I've never used this spell before, and we're gonna do it now. Life transference. So,
Oh,
Oh.
you sacrifice some of your health to mend another creature's injuries. You take 4d8 necrotic damage, and one creature of your choice you can see, which is obviously our boy, who's currently down, regains the number of hit points equal to twice the necrotic damage you take. So,
All right. So roll the bones on how much damage you take.
I take 13, and funnily enough, I have resistance to necrotic, so I actually take half of that. But our boy, in the meantime, let's
Wow, that's that's
Ooh.
So wait, would you argue that would the double of the damage apply before or after the resistance?
see. That part I will let you decide because I am not sure.
Hmm.
yeah.
You know what? I'll be generous and say that the number is applied before the resistance. So, yeah, so he gets healed for 26. And just like that, he almost looks as good as he did before he took the damage.
Huzzah.
Alright, so that was your action to cast that.
Uh-huh. I don't really think I can do a bonus because that was a spell. I imagine that it's an action to try to break the grip, right?
Yep,
Grapple.
it would be a contested strength or dexterity check in order to make it out.
Alright, so yeah, I can't do anything right now. Because that was
Alright.
my action.
Alright, next up will be Koopalue. Seeing as how his friend is currently grappled by the creature, he's going to take a step over here, wind up his sling once again, and pelt it at the beast. And he manages to hit. Attaboy!
Good job, Koopalue.
For sizable damage.
How dare you attack my platonic life mate?
Mm-hmm. Right? Alright. That'll bring us now to Yuki.
Yuki's good over here, away from the tentacles that could drag her into the beast's gullet.
Alright, fair enough. Next up will be Elise.
Wait, did you skip me?
Oh, wait.
You
Oh,
skipped me.
Zeno, that's right. I didn't add you, so yeah, let's go ahead and put you in right now.
Yeah,
My
because I only have a 5. I was the last one on the turn order.
I am so
Or
sorry
should
for
have been.
that, but yeah, let's get your turn out of the way right now.
So Zeno's gonna move right here. Make sure that there's no one in the way. And lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
First up, do my due
Roll.
diligence, and
Detecting surge. No
that
surge
is a
detected.
6. Just so I
Alright.
can show you what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like this. So
Yep.
you can see that arrow.
Alright.
And here's the spell. Here's the wind up, the pitch. And that is 32 points of lightning damage if he fails.
Yeah. Well, he rolled a modified 2 after the effects of the previous spell. Yeah, so but he's still resistant, so he'll take 16 points of damage. As he jerks it, he looks a little slack-jawed after getting hit with this lightning bolt as well.
That is 100,000 volts down right to your face.
Alright. Now we'll resolve Elise's turn. As she's going to second first, save us the first. Yeah. 20. That hits, so she deals 8 plus Hunter Smart plus Colossus Slayer for a total of 15 points of damage. And owning that. Second shot. That's a 17, which will also hit for an additional 7 plus Hunter's Mark for a total of 13. Well done, Elise. All right, that will conclude her turn, which will then bring us to Enoch.
So I'm gonna move over here and use my bonus action to bring out my rapier and try to give the aid action to Kawasha to help him get out of the tentacle.
All right.
Nope, we are not losing you. Nope, nope.
All right. Well, on the Froghebe's turn, as it looks very lackadaisical from all the lightning damage, and so it goes.
Lightning makes it dumb! Keep it up!
Yep. So I'm gonna have to roll over something real quick here. Unfortunately, he's going to. Let's see. Let's see, what's the time? Dan, how high in the air are you?
I am 15 feet high.
15 feet. Law of Pythagorean theorem.
15 up and 15 away. So, if that helps.
Well, 15 up and 15 away. I need you to make a strength saving throw as it looks up at you. And its tongue is going to lash out at you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no, my worst stat! Oh god. I'm gonna get eaten. Wait, 18!
Oddly enough, as the tongue goes and lashes itself around you, you instinctively lurch out of the way and you narrowly manage to avoid being grabbed by the tongue. And that's all it could do on this turn. Because of the lightning damage. And now it is Kawasha's turn. As he's going to take the opportunity, is like, really am I? And he looks down to you and he's going to attempt to fight out of the tentacle with advantage. Attaboy, he manages to break free and manages to get himself right there. And he's going to take a few steps back away from this creature. And that will be Kawasha's turn. Meanwhile, Orvex is going to take his loaded crossbow and take another shot. 9. Oh, what's Orvex's plus to hit? I forgot to get his. Up. There we go. That's a... Nah, that's just gonna miss. As the arrow just whizzing, just narrowly misses the tentacle that's currently grabbed onto Wick. And he's going to reload his crossbow, and that will be his turn. Dan, it's now your turn. As you're narrowly avoiding the tongue from this.
Ah, that one. 13.
So, round it down to 6 points of lightning damage. As once again the creature goes slack.
And, that'd be too far away. He's going to try and fly up. Now that I know about the range of the tongue, I'm gonna try and be out of its range this time. Go as high as I need to be out of range.
Okay, so we could say you're 60 feet up?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright. Zeno, it's now your turn proper.
Okay, so seeing that it resisted lightning, so we use the only other type of spell he has, so Fireball.
Alright.
Aiming
Detecting
right.
Wild Magic Surge. Alright.
Let's go with this. Come on. That is a 14, and...
No, Surge. Detected. And it gets a -2 bonus for its dex save. Yep. It fails with that, -2. So 23 points of fire damage. As, you hit it with the fireball, you just see its very wet skin just gloss over, and you realize that fireball wasn't as effective on that creature as you thought it would be. So it only takes 12 points of fire damage. Anything else?
Well, I tried, guys.
Alright. That'll bring us to Wick.
Just reading something real quick. This is either going to work very well or work terribly.
Do I sense an inflict wounds coming?
No, not quite.
But say, inflict wounds so far works very well.
It does work very well. But I think none of us would stop me from doing that.
Let's see, is Quasha... No, Quasha's broken out, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He's on the shore, basically 15 feet away from the pool.
How's this Froge looking?
he is definitely looking very, very bloodied and slack from taking that jolt to the brain.
In that case... Yeah, why not? Submit? We're gonna do a blight.
Oh, all right. That damage roll, though. Let me see. He does have a decent con, but he fails, so he takes the full 31 points of necrotic damage.
And you know what? I have a thingamabob that I haven't used yet.
Yes.
Oh.
You can use your channel divinity to shift the turning of the wheel between life and death. Whenever you cast a spell first level or higher, which it's a fourth, it either deals necrotic damage, which it does. You can use a bonus action to use your channel divinity to add your cleric level to the total number rolled.
Well,
So
hot
is that
damn.
an extra? So is that an extra 7, or am I adding
7. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll
so
be
it
an
was
extra
30.
7. Well, as you use your channel divinity just to focus your wave of death erupting over this froghemoth, it drops the grip from. It lets go of you as it just goes slack and begins to bob into the water face first, thus ending combat.
Wow.
Oh, that was a frog monster from the graffiti before.
Yeah?
I think it's safe to say we need to start paying more attention to that. Because, like, so far they've talked about snakes, they've talked about frogs, and we've seen both.
Well, there was also the Kubazans, but the snakes killed those. So let's just assume a giant monster is going to try to kill us at every one of these temples.
That's a fair point.
Fair bet.
That would make sense, yes, as Orvex just kind of goes, if these shrines are supposedly related to the gods, I suppose if they have some representation of what creatures they donned, that would make sense.
I don't want to know what a flail snail is.
So, do you think that there is a weird box, like in the last temple?
Oh, most definitely.
How deep does the water look?
Here, let me double check. The water here is, oh my god, go that page real quick. Let's see.
While you're doing that, I know what Elise would want to do.
Survival check.
Yep, let's go and roll a survival check for a trophy off of this monster.
And I'm curious, do I know if there's anything that Froghemoths produce that would be useful for potions or not?
Oh no. Oh no.
Make an Arcana check.
That is a natural one. You know what? I have inspiration. Let's try that again. That is a 22.
Well, you know that in your time dabbling with alchemy, you've come across a thing where the lung lining of a froghemoth can be used for potions of water breathing, as well as other devices for that. So, yeah.
Dan will assist Elise and inform her of the lungs and the potential use of them.
All right. So, survival check with advantage. That's a 24. Yeah, she manages to having to jump onto this thing and kind of finagle inside the stomach of this thing. She has to cut out a good chunk of it, but yeah, she does have a piece of the froghemoth lung, as well as the eye stalks, as well as part of a tentacle of a froghemoth.
Considering that would take a while, could I finagle a short rest out of that?
Yeah, sure, if you guys want to take a long or short rest while this is going on.
It also occurs to me that my question is irrelevant. Splush.
Okay. All right, I forgot to look that up. Where are you? The water here is it's 6 feet deep, so it's deeper than what you
Okay,
are.
you maybe like just barely see some of the leaves sticking out and just bubbles as he walks across towards this frog statue thing.
Oh no, Wick.
Okay.
I would like to think that Wick's head is, since it's a pumpkin head, it's literally just the pumpkin head. You just see it floating.
I mean, he is smaller than 6 feet, and he's wearing heavy armor. No, you basically just see maybe a leaf and some bubbles.
Yep.
After
right.
Dan's done over there, he's gonna fly over on the broom.
I was actually gonna say, Dan, you might want to go help her out.
Dan is weak. Would he be able to lift Wick from the stem, or is he going to need assistance?
Make a strength check.
Oh god. And before Dan falls in too. With my big meaty 9 in strength.
As you go to grab Wick, you two fall into the water.
I just imagine like they just look at each other underwater and Wick waves.
Gonna roll his eyes, swim back up, get on the broom, and then get someone that has a positive strength over here. Who's strong enough to lift Wick?
I mean, Wick's gonna try to climb up this statue while he's underwater.
Let's see.
I mean, Dan, if both of us go, I think we could at least lift him up.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you as you manage to shimmy along the ledge here. Yeah, you managed to get up onto the statue here. At least you're able to, barely shimmy around the base of it, which again, it's like a giant frog.
There we go. Now then, do you have treasure?
As you go to investigate the statue, noticeably at the front of it, inside the mouth of this, right on the tongue, there appears to be a stone key resting on the tongue.
Ew. Give.
All right, you have a stone key.
I have a stone key.
Oh.
Wick, would you like a ride back?
You see as his foot was hovering over the water again to step in it.
Yeah, I suppose. Wee.
Little goo pose right there.
He hops onto the broom.
And is currently prestidigitating himself dry as he flies back to the edge.
All right.
Well, since Wick just said they had a key, Enoch will look over at the door and check and see if there's a keyhole.
Yes. In fact, as you make your way over, you do see there's a keyhole on there, and etched upon this door with your Eldritch Sight, you see that it says, Kubazan urges us to tread without fear and to give back as much as we take.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna relay that. Okay, guys, we have an important warning on the door. First of all, tread without fear. So try to be brave. Looks at Wick. Shouldn't be a problem.
Puffs out his little chest.
And give as much as you take. So if we see anything that, we need, let's try to figure out there's something of equal worth or at least weight. So, just be careful. We have a bad track record with puzzles.
The last one we did pretty good on. After the fight.
Enoch gestures to scars on his chest.
Yeah, Dan, the last one we almost, or three of us almost died.
See, that's why I clarified with after the fight.
All right.
Never forget
Enoch will
the
just-
crocodile one.
Enoch will just slump his shoulders and be like, Wick, can you please open the door with your key?
Okie dokie.
All right. You insert the key, and you hear a click. And as you go to open the door inside, you see this. Steps descended to a ledge overlooking a pit of sharpened stakes. An alcove on the far wall holds a pedestal with a stone cube resting on it. A relief carved into the back of the alcove shows a monstrous frog with tentacles fighting a crane. Wooden beams radiate from the walls at floor height, with 4-foot gaps between them. Carved frog heads extrude from the walls above the beams.
So without fear? Without fear? Without fear.
Oh, I was going to say I could just fly across and see if I can grab the cube. I mean,
You
there's
could
still
fly-
that bit about the leaving something behind, but
Or I could just use my mage hand and just code from right here. Because it's
also
only
very
like
true.
it's
Question.
only above game. It's only like 20 feet, right?
Yeah, it's 20 feet across from there. Question. Who currently has the cube?
I do.
Okay. Hmm. I guess if you want to, you could give me an intelligence check.
Sure.
Real quick, Enoch.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, intelligence. I can read. Yeah, that tracks.
Hmm.
No, actually, no.
As you're getting...
Inspiration.
Inspiration? Okay.
Well,
A 5. Yeah. As you're kind of thinking about it, take it as much as we give. As you're kind of looking at the cube, you don't really have an idea of how much this thing weighs.
Okay. Wick, before you be brave, Enoch will just start reaching in and pulling out random stuff, maybe one of the books, and just one hand holding the cube, one hand holding a book, just trying to guesstimate the weight.
That's a good question, Mega Man. I have to look up the stats of a book.
Are you really trying above game, trying to do an Indiana Jones?
Listen. It says we need to leave something behind. I've got a book on cleanliness that I've already apparently read cover to cover.
Let's see. I have to check this. Hold on. It feels a little heavier than what the cube. Actually, it feels about twice as heavy as what the cube is.
Okay, let me just look through here. But I've got an idea of how heavy the cube is. I've got one of the tribal masks of the Batiri. That one Enoch wouldn't even have in his pack. He would have just had it clipped to his belt.
Yeah, this wooden mask definitely feels heavier than what the cube weighs.
Huh. Anyone got anything about cube weight? He'll pass the cube around. Let everybody check the weight.
Here's a question: can Zeno activate his mage hand and try to lift the mage hand? Would he be able to?
Let me double check.
Because mage hand, I believe, is only 20 pounds.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
I say you could, but you're not able to get a good read on like how much an object weighs. But as you go to, hold on a sec.
Let's see. How about a block of incense?
Let's see. I mean, you could lift it up, but as you go to lift it up, as it's just kind of hovering above it, as you go to lift it, nothing happens. But Wick, let me just double check real quick.
Yeah, I'm reading it, by the way. The last line: the hand can attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
I have some dancing monkey fruit. Would that be about the same weight as the cube? And if not, I could do multiple.
I'll say that your block of incense. I'll say give me a. Would it be an intelligence or a wisdom check? Your choice, Wick.
Let's see. Which is better for him? His wisdom is better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 14?
14? you kind of go and weigh your block of incense and your on the cube. Yeah, they feel like they're about the same. Feels like you're pretty close, actually.
He holds up his incense.
This has blessings from Shanti. This will do.
Yeah, that sounds about right to leave in a temple.
Cube for a cube.
So, Dan, if you want to fly over there and just switch them out.
Sure, I can take that. And Dan will grab the incense cube and hop on his broom and fly on over.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Okay. The music swells as he weighs the incense in his hand. And that's a 5.
As you go to weigh it, just like in Indiana Jones, as you go to weigh it, you're going to take one hand and place it on the top of the cube, of the puzzle cube. You take your other hand with the incense, and you flop it over, and you go to lift up the puzzle cube. You have it in your hand. Nothing happens.
All right. Oh, that went rather well. And now he's going to try, emphasis on try, and fly back through.
You fly back through, and yeah, nothing happens. You manage to successfully make your way over to your companions.
We
Yes.
managed to make it through a puzzle unstabbed.
All right, you currently have the Kubazan puzzle cube.
All right, I'll type that in.
Man, this broom is really playing out dividends. I don't know how I lived without it.
Cool, I spelled that right. Thank you, Milla.
Yep.
All right.
And Enoch, as you take one look inside this chamber, as as Dan is going to collect the cube, you're able to read on the wall. At noon, a brave... Actually, no, that's not it. The Ebly sent a marsh frog to reason with Ubtao, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead. This amused Ubtao, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. When Kubazad the froghemoth returned to Papazalo the Ebly, he chased Papazalo into the swamp with his new tentacles.
Huh. That's kind of uplifting. Horrifying when you look at the result, but uplifting.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and also a couple other things to reveal on here. For Tokalayer, Kupazan Shrine. Copy. Completed!
Enoch tries to do the Enoch tries to do the cloud sword spin, but then realizes he can't because it's attached to his wrist.
And spins his broom. Woo!
I'm glad that was really easy because holy crap, that would have been.
Alright, what time of day is it?
It's currently about midday. I'll say between you resting and making your way over to here.
Alright, well, there were some houses over by the other side of that courtyard. I say we check them out and try to see if we can't spy any more temples. I'll ping where I'm talking about.
Over there? Okay.
Anyone got any better ideas?
Yeah.
No, not really.
All right.
Flying up seems to have done us pretty well too in locating things. So who would like to hop on next?
I'd rather not tempt fate.
Oh yeah, I forgot to see what the
I will
weather's
always
gonna
tempt
be.
fate.
I will always tempt fate.
Well, I can
Wait.
only bring in one other person, so you'll have to decide between the two of you.
Wick, you've already had 2 rides. You get the next one.
Fine.
Oh.
Again, Venom is just like the fact that you were offering to let him fly is making him into a freaking child.
Dan, you only have to worry if he starts calling you Falcor.
Who's Falcor?
I said that above game.
I-
Hey, you got me for the Jesus Christ thing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I did that one in character.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't buy it.
All right, so Dan, I'll use this to represent your party. Where would you like to fly to?
I mean, let's see. This would probably be a good area to look around from, since everyone's going to be at the houses nearby anyway. We'll probably walk up to there and then fly up and maybe do a little bit flying around, but try not to get too far away from the group, because that's
Okay.
just tempting fate.
All right. So as you dart around here, you see some ruins that are, scattered about here and there. You make your way to the main walkway. As you begin to fly down, roll a perception check for me.
Will do.
You want me to as well?
Sure, both of you can.
13.
11.
13 and 11. Dan, from this direction over here, you swear that you see some smoldering from that direction through the heavy rain that's pouring through.
All right. There's something smoldering over this way. Perhaps we should investigate that once we get everyone else with us.
Smoldering means fire, so yeah, that means life was here at least.
Right. Well, back to the group then.
All right. And we'll say this probably, let's see, so 60 feet. So after about 10 minutes, I'll say this takes to. Well, 5 minutes, I'll say, between flying over there and then making your way back.
Then once we get back. So, we saw something smoldering up to the north a bit. So, potentially someone was camping out there, or they just set a fire.
Well,
Could be worth investigating.
the Yuan-Ti also have a burn the land mentality, very bandit-like, so maybe we'll sneak up through the cover of the alleys.
That makes sense.
Yeah. They're snake folk and not like normal snake folk. Or is there a normal type of snake folk? I'm still learning about all these races. The point is they had like snakes for hand and other stuff, so I don't know what they can do. So I want to approach this with caution.
This is a stealth mission.
Exactly.
It's a shame I used my highest level slot earlier. I learned how to become invisible, but I don't have the means to do it right now.
I am starting to run a little low as well.
I mean, I've got my 2 shots back, but that's all. I'd rather try to hold on to those, so we'll see. Hopefully it's nothing. Might be something they left burning like they did in the last spot.
Be very,
One thing
very-
we can do is, if we don't find anything there, we can use that as a spot to rest for the rest of the day.
You were saying, Wick?
You must be very, very quiet.
Okay, let's
Very sneaky.
check some of these houses and take it slow, because we could definitely use some more resources while we're going. Especially if we have to change out any more of those puzzle cubes.
All right. So, which set of houses were you guys going to be investigating first?
These were the ones we were talking about.
All right. So for this one over here, Draco, roll a percentile for me.
Will do. 10.
A 10. as you're looking about this set of houses over here, you spend 10 minutes looking, and you don't find anything over in there. It takes you about
Already
10
looted.
minutes. Next up, DeLuna. Roll another percentile for the next house.
Percentile. Here we go. That's an 86.
86. Okay.
I don't know why I rolled twice, but
Oh. Both my elbows just popped. That feels amazing.
Ooh. As you go to investigate this house, you do find a lone veggie pygmy currently camping out in the corner. And as you guys approach it, it just kind of throws its hands up and just backs slowly into the corner.
You know what? Fine. We'll let you keep this place. Have a nice day.
As Kawasha goes to transcribe the Kupalue translates to the Veggie Pygmy. It just kind of slacks, and as you all go and turn to leave, where do you go next from here?
Figure we just kind of go up the alleyways towards where the fire is.
All right. So are you going straight forward, or are you going to check the other buildings on the way?
What's the consensus?
It would take more time, but it might be worth it if we find something interesting.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say actually.
I mean, I can
All
definitely
right.
use a spell component if we find it.
Okay. Wick or Caitlin, roll a percentile for this set here.
Okay. Hibushki. 5.
5. You spent 10 minutes searching. Nothing there. Next up, Vaughn, roll percentile for this set of houses over here.
Gotcha. City 5.
65. Roll another percentile.
Okay. 19.
19. Uh-oh, as you go to look inside this building, you go and burst your way through this door, and as you make your way, the first thing you realize is that inside this building there's a thin blue mist, and oh no, your vision is immediately clouded by visions of blue dancing monkeys.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yes, you are currently under the effects of the dancing monkey mist.
Oh no. I've got cabin fever.
So is that just Enoch or is that everybody?
That's just Enoch, I'll say.
Oh, good. So what do we see with him?
Hold on, I have to see. Let me see where. And of course, because there's been errata on this, I have to find it. Because that was one of the changes that was updated. Do Annihilation. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. There, Vaughn.
Please. Oh. I used my inspiration.
Yeah. For the next 4 hours, your vision is clouded by the dancing blue monkeys.
Okay, this is off-putting. Oh, they're everywhere.
What is the matter?
I'm seeing some dancing monkeys.
Dancing monkeys.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're having a time.
Well, that sounds fun.
It's really not.
Hmm.
Oh, I can see it when I close my eyes. Oh.
Could I roll something to figure out how to fix this?
Oh, let's see. I have to look this up because going between the errata and the book is something else. Oh, where is it? Because above game, it was called Mad Monkey Mist in the book, but now it's just called Blue Mist Fever.
Hmm.
Alright, so it doesn't really give anything as far as disadvantages, thankfully, but it's what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was getting raffled up, Draco.
So I wanted to see if there was any way I could figure out to fix this situation to make him not see the dancing blue monkeys.
I guess you could make me a medicine check?
All right. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You know that Blue Mist Fever, as it's officially called as of the errata, it's a disease that lasts for 24 hours. A person could try to fight it off. Otherwise, anything that could remove a disease would be able to cure a person afflicted by it.
Wick, do you have anything to cure diseases that should fix this up? Otherwise, you're going to be seeing those monkeys for a while.
Unfortunately, we would probably need to take a rest to change out some spells.
No.
Yep.
It's kind of like when Wick summons their little friends, the pumpkins. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Oh.
Are you sure about that? I mean,
It's just really distracted. Come on. Let's move on.
All right. It's his choice.
Yeah. That's like I said. At this point, the monkeys are like very, very vivid. It's a miracle you're even able to talk to your companions as these visions of very real blue dancing monkeys are dancing in your everywhere.
Yeah. No. Enoch will just kind of lean on Koopaloo and just be like, "Mood Kindred, can you help me?"
Now I'm just picturing the elephants from Dumbo,
elephants
but they're
on
monkeys.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's pink elephants on parade. It said it's blue monkeys are on parade.
All I was gonna say is like, I already have a monkey on my back, so this is just the natural progression. It's the natural progression. Okay, let's.
All right. So as you begin to trudge through, so you've got 3 hours and 15 minutes left. You make your way to here. Do you investigate these groups of buildings here? And here?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Draco, roll percentile on this one, and DeLuna, roll percentile on that one.
All right. Hopefully something good. 28.
28.
28.
28. You spend about 20 minutes between the two of you searching through those two groups of buildings, and yeah, there's nothing of note inside those. Those two buildings are left out there. But as you progress into this stretch over here, amid the ruins is an abandoned campsite. Torn backpacks, a smoldering campfire, and rotted gear litter the ground around the 3 moldering tents. At the center of the camp, A scrap of dirty yellow cloth hangs from a crude wooden flagpole.
It looks safe.
Waddles out.
That's good. I can really only see monkeys just dancing around a bunch of debris.
Book's
Yeah.
gonna go up to the little flag thing and tear off the little fabric.
Okay. Yeah, you have a, Looks like this is a very old-looking, banner that was here. Yeah, it's, yeah, like I said, it's very simple, very tattered-looking, banner that's just yellow.
Well, no clues on that.
Is there anybody around?
Hello?
Not currently.
Well, since there's not a bunch of bodies, I don't think the Yuan-Ti have been through here.
This might be a good place to set up camp. I mean, it's
Yes.
already kind of done. We just have to clear out the moldy stuff.
I'll leave that to you, because every 3 seconds a monkey jumps into, like, right in front of my face, so it's kind of hard to see.
Okay, Wick, unfortunately, I think you're going to have to set up the spell because we can't have Enoch like this.
You just see his little eyes turn to pinpricks.
Every time I change out my spells.
I know. But we kind of need him right now.
Okay.
It's gonna plop down. Guess we're taking a long rest.
Alright, let me just double check real quick here.
Above game, this will give. Hopefully, if we do this long rest, like that'll give Takwa enough time to get back in.
Yeah. Let me just see real quick here. Player handouts. As you're investigating some of the tents that are scattered about here, yeah, like I said, they're very moldy and tattered. Let's just see. Enoch, you walk up to a tent, and, I want you to roll an investigation check for me real quick.
Okie dokie.
The boy with the dancing monkeys.
Oh, right, with disadvantage.
Okay, 10.
10. As you're just kind of looking around, it's actually weird, as your monkeys are just kind of dancing around inside this tent. You have to see a couple of them point at something.
Oh.
And you see there's a piece of parchment kind of resting on the floor of this tent.
Okay, the monkeys have actually led me to something here. Let me try to see if I
Alright.
can read this.
It's kind of hard to read it, but for brevity, I'll just show this to everyone. It should be in your handouts.
Alright.
Boy.
Rue. Devlin has a lead on the Eye of Zaltek. The old goat found an obelisk in the north that marks the entrance to the Tomb of the Nine Gods. The eye must be within it, but the door is magically locked. We think the secret to opening it lies in the holy shrines. We're headed into the ruins to check them out. God's willing, we'll be back tonight. Rosnasi's serpent people are on the prowl, so be careful. If you get into trouble, sound the swan horn twice and we'll come running. For the yellow banner, Lord Brixton. Oh, okay. That's important. That's important. They mentioned the obelisk and something we ain't never heard of.
It also sounds like they are also going for the holy shrines like we are. Do you think they are friends?
Or they were in the same mission as we were.
Orvex, did you know Lord Brixton?
I can't say I do, but I'm gonna roll something for him real quick.
Alrighty.
Let's see.
Also, thank you for plain text, because looking at that in cursive, oh yeah, I wasn't reading that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
way in hell.
Yeah, it looks a little fuzzy unless you
15
zoom
years
in
since
on
I've
it.
been reading. so thank you.
Oh yeah, once you zoom in on it, you can definitely read it. But
Okay, yeah, it's much better.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, this actually seems like a good place to take a quick break,
Yeah.
as I have something else to set up.
Alrighty.
Alright, then I'll be right back.
Have a good one. Hey, chat. Enjoying us bumbling through here?
I'll be right back. I really have to pee.
All good, all good.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go to the bathroom and probably get some water. I shall return.
Yeah, I'll tag out once some people get back. But yeah, no, this is fun. Also, for those who keep up with it, episode 2 of Saved by a Spell is now up on YouTube, so you can check that out if you missed it. A lot of fun stuff happened. You can definitely see that we are leaning into homebrew because we went way off the rails in a fun way. Also, we totally made a call back to the one thing that happened during Session 0, so now it'll never be referenced again. Possibly. Please, no, robot. I don't want the monkeys to become real. Like I said, Enoch's already got enough on his back. Let this poor 16-year-old single dad wandering around with his bumbling children be alone. I also just realized Enoch would definitely now be the guy who walks up to the soccer game, just unfolds the chair, lays out like he's dead, puts on a pair of glasses and holds a beer, and just is like, "Go, son!" Charm the monkeys. Yeah, sure, Bob. How is the youngest of the group the dad? Well, Enoch's the only one who had arguably a normal formative childhood. Just realized the kid who was raised by a single quote-unquote parent and a horde of goblins is the most well-adjusted in our party. Fuck me. Yeah, no. Enoch, the teenager, walking around with the 20 and 30-somethings, and Wick, the indeterminate age. If I can charm a sentient punching bag, you can charm monkeys made by your own imagination. You forget, Bob, I am playing Enoch as if his charisma modifier all comes from the alien computer embedded in him. Eventually, whenever I have funds, which will be a very nebulous thing, because for those who don't know, I currently am in between employment, but loving it. I was actually able to go get my booster shot finally, which, because of work, I was not able to do. And I've been working on finishing up the Warlock Pact boons I've been doing. I'm working on the last one that gives me a nice even 13, which is a great Warlock number. We've got stuff like Pact of the Gourd, Pact of the Coin, Pact of the Eye, Pact of the Egg, Pact of the Spirit, and the last one I'm currently working on, which is Pact of the Song. So you can flavor your Warlock however you want. And also fill in any gaps in a party if you want to play Warlock. Beep boop banana. Exactly. If only Enoch's spell list wasn't so utilitarian. The worst part is my strongest spell, my 4th level, I can't even cast because I need a material component.
I have returned.
Welcome. I'll let you
Welcome
entertain
back.
chat while I slip out real quick and use the bathroom.
Alright. So, chat, how's it going? You know, I really, really, really hope that either we find Peggy in this place, or the means to scry on her, because otherwise this is gonna be really annoying for Dan.
Also, hello, Chaco.
Hey, Choco!
I'm here.
So, good news. Nobody's died yet. Your party managed to fight a froghemoth that was at the shrine. You rolled a natural 20 on your second attack and did 50 points of damage in one turn.
Jesus.
Oopaloo
And,
almost died.
And you also, and I'll have to give you the list, but you did, I had you roll a survival check, and you were able to get some trophies off of that frog hemoth, too. I'll be sure to type them off for you.
Okay, yep, just send it to me whenever you get a chance.
Yep, I'm just setting up an encounter. You explored some other ruins, and in your player's handout, you guys came across an abandoned camp, and you found a note. Like I said, it should be in your player handout.
Yeah. Also, Robot, well, Pact of the Song is a bard-flavored Warlock pack boon. It allows you to sing a song that lets you do a few different things, playing around with psychic and thunder damage, as well as some bard abilities that you could unlock as invocations, so you could flavor it like that. There's also the fun stuff. I'm not going to pretend that the main selling point of this group of invocations is not going to be the ability to turn every warlock into a magical girl. Listen, man. Magical girl things in D&D is surprisingly well-fitting.
I mean, who doesn't like magical girls?
Die-hard Sentai fans who want to draw a line in the sand, but I'm not one of them. I love all tokusatsu, and I'm trying to remember the name of the programming block. I want to say it's superhero time.
All right, I gotta go grab a drink and use the bathroom, and then I will be back.
Groovy.
All right.
Apparently, I had good timing because I came in when we were on break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's half the reason why we took it, because we were at a good spot to give you time. Also, yes, Vargil Store. My operating thing when I first started on working on that homebrew was not all warlocks are magical girls, but all magical girls are in fact warlocks. And so I was like, why don't we just flip it so that way they're both true?
Oh my god, it is right.
I know.
Oh, hey, Vargil. He's one of my players from my home game.
Oh, cool. Welcome.
They're about to face Strahd in Curse of Strahd.
Oh, boy.
And I'm really excited for that fight, because I got supercharged Strahd, because they keep beating him otherwise.
Oh, that's the second
Now-
Curse of Strahd game. I know several of our players and friends of the channel are currently in a Curse of Strahd game right now. Farting Tart, check his VOD.
Yeah, that was my biggest mistake ever, Vargil. I decided to get this homebrew called Barovian Things, which is a bunch of neat little, some magical, some not magical knickknacks that are only found in Barovia. One was an exploding pine cone, and Vargolf decided that he was going to find more of them after he bought one, so he can use them with a bunch of squirrels that he summons up to just be suicide bombers. And I have limited his amount of pine cones because at a certain point it's way too much damage. They
That's
might
amazing.
one-shot Strahd with squirrels and pine cones.
Good.
It's terrifying, but it's the most D&D thing I've ever heard.
I mean, to be fair, I'm one of those people who knows enough about, like, the lore of Curse of Strahd that I'm like, okay, yeah, let's blow up the vampire incel. Also, yeah, El Robot, I might be talking with another artist friend, though, like I said, right now my funds are all basically going towards, basically keeping the lights on, as it were. So, once I can commission, I may have art that shows just like, I want to say it's like a little drow girl in a magical getup, all super excited, but there's a small portal behind her that shows her undead lich patron just head in hands, like, what did I do to deserve this?
That sounds great!
Well, I also kind of want to do, like, it's gonna be expensive to commission, but I want to go for it. Like, right next to her will be another portal opened up to an angel that's just, like, got, if you've ever seen Distortion Devil's, Judas thumbs up, like, doing that pose, and next to it is, like, this depressed Azamar, also wearing magical girl outfit, just kind of staring at her wand, like, what did I do to deserve this?
It reminds me of this one comic I think I saw online. I forget who did it, but this orc woman wanted to proved that orcs can do magic and became a magical girl.
Bow Buddy.
Oh, right. Yes, thank you.
I love that meme
so
lord.
much.
Does amazing art. You should check him out. He's also on Twitch.
Mm.
Bow Buddy. Baal Buddy.
Wasn't sure if it was pronounced Bal or Ball.
I mean, I don't know, but it's easier for that way for people to spell it if I say it that way.
That's fair.
Plus, it's good because this will be up on YouTube, so if people find us and then they can check him out, hey, that's synergy. Support over creative.
That's a twofer.
Yeah. Magical Girl anime where not enough magic for all of them, so they had to have a competition to help people. Ah, I haven't heard of that series. I'll look it up. I actually found an interesting Magical Girl anime from the creators of Kakegurui, if anyone knows that particular gambling anime.
Hmm.
And all the magical girls are famous women from history who are now forced to fight to the death in a tournament.
As you do.
So it's a tournament arc with actual, like, famous people.
Yeah, the main character is Joan of Arc, and she's currently fighting Wu Saitan, the famous only female emperor of China. Well, empress.
Alright. Well, if everybody is back, I believe I've got everything set up.
Alright, switch on over to the live screen, so we're good.
And I'll go ahead and move you guys over to the map of the Yellow Banner campsite. Go ahead and place your guys how you want as you're attempting to do a long rest.
Dan's gonna put an alarm spell on the camp.
Alright, how far out are you putting it? Where are you putting it?
Probably centered on where everyone is. I'll just click alarm really quick.
Yeah, it's only like a 20-foot cube, I want to say.
Yeah. 3 feet door window. Yeah, 20-foot cube around us.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20.
I've had to become intimately familiar with most 1st through 5th level slots recently. But yeah, once everyone gets around, Enoch will just be like, okay, so we need to have the rest of those keys, but sounds like this Temple of the Nine Gods thing is probably our best bet to find the Soulmonger.
Right. Should we attempt to do anything with the Yuan-Ti, or just ignore it for now? Because they might have something, or maybe they're held up in one of the shrines.
Well, it says here, well, we got another answer to some of that graffiti. Rosnasi's Serpent People, so looks like that was the name of a person. I don't know nothing about them, but we'll have to see. This is a big city, and I'm not sure even where the next temple is. So we might run across them. If we're lucky, maybe we can avoid them, but I'm not sure.
How many temples are around here?
Of the city, so we're gonna assume a lot.
Well, Orvex got thumbs. Well, if there are 9 gods and 9 shrines, someone would assume that there are... Well, yes. If there are 9 of those gods, and each of them represent one of these Omu gods, then I would assume that there are 9 temples in total.
Does Shinty have a temple?
Does who?
I don't think Shanti's a god of Omu.
Remember, these animals are all the ones who fought with Oobtao. Shanti wasn't one of the people fighting with Oobtao. I think she's pretty okay with them.
He pouts a little. She should still have a temple.
Roll a religion check for me real quick there, Wick.
Where's my religion? Is it a religion?
Believe it or
Fine.
not, his religion isn't good.
Well, you assume that, gods are worshipped. You would assume that there has to be a temple to her somewhere.
There should be a temple, even if she didn't fight nobody.
I mean, think of it this way, Wick. If we solve the death curse, I'm pretty sure they'll build a temple of Shanti just for you doing that.
I mean, you could always start one.
He tilts his head.
Oh, I could, couldn't I?
Yeah, that'd really make them happy, I bet.
You're right. I should.
His
I
eyes
don't-
start to sparkle.
I don't know if here's the best place. Not a lot of foot traffic from people. Maybe eventually if it ever gets resettled, but
I mean, we could just at least get a shrine somewhere on Chult. That'd probably help, but that's like a future thing. Does this technically make Wick a missionary?
I
am a
suppose that
magician.
would. Orvex kind of ponders about it.
really hope Peggy is here somewhere, because otherwise I'm back to square one again, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, maybe you'll get lucky, and she was already killed by the Yuan-Ti.
I wouldn't consider that lucky, then I get nothing. I don't get the satisfaction of doing it myself. She's just a corpse, and then... And Dan just sort of stares in the middle distance for a while.
Wick's kind of thinking, is Licky still on his person at all? The little lizard that he got? Or has he run away along since?
Oh, oddly enough, he just kind of pops up from nestled in your scarf right next to you. To your right. He's right there.
He just takes him out and he pets him for a little bit.
You know, I do have a spell that might be able to help. I think I just learned it.
Really?
Ooh. Quasha is definitely interested in this.
I can locate creatures. If I am going to assume that you have seen them closely, yes?
Quasha just kind of walks up, and you see him just kind of wave his hands over the top. There. Now I can actually communicate with him. You see, I can speak with animals.
Oh, that's
Oh,
neat.
there are two separate conversations going.
Yeah. What?
Hold that thought, Kawasha.
Put in that. I can also speak to animals.
Yes. Above game. Technically, he does have speak animals, too.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just a picture of 2 foot tall Wick holding up a finger to Kawasha, being like, "Listen, that's great, and I'm going to have so much nonsense with that. But first, damn."
All right. So,
I can't help but notice, like, wait. I entirely missed the part of the conversation. It was like, does Wick have speak with animals?
no. We're talking about trying to locate Peggy with locate creature.
Oh! I'm sorry. Give myself a second of inspiration for that. Jeez, I'm sorry. I completely missed that.
That is totally okay. That ended up being very funny.
That was amazing. Like, I don't think anyone's mad about that. I haven't said anything because I'm just trying to not to laugh right now.
It
I'm
also
just
kind of
imagining very serious moment, Washa. So anyway, I can speak to animals. I don't know if that's something to do.
no, it totally
You know
works
what?
for
Let's go with it. He assumed that you were holding on to Licky as he's perched on your shoulder. You're looking at, trying to find it. He just assumed that, you want to be able to speak to him, so he can't speak with animals, so he can translate for you.
It also makes
You
sense
know?
because Kawashi would have no investment in Dan's revenge.
Oh my god. Oh. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, now with this fully in context, you're wondering if you can use locate creature to locate Peggy Deadbills?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and click the spell for me so I can get a look at it.
I mean, obviously, since we're taking a long rest, he would need to learn it. He doesn't have it prepped yet, but
Okay.
Since we're doing that anyway, to try to help, Enoch, go there. Jeez.
You mean
Okay,
Dan?
creature.
Well,
Sky.
I meant help Enoch to get rid of his dancing monkeys, and then we can.
Ah, right.
That's true. Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the creature's location, as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as blah blah blah. As long as you have seen the creature up close within 30 feet at least once. If the creature you described or named is in a different form, such as being under the effects of a polymorph spell, the spell doesn't locate the creature. The spell can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. Okay.
Well, we've got a
can
name, and we
attempt
know
to
they're
try
a
that.
hag. And we have met a hag.
And we do have a description of her.
But we also have a river. That one time when...
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, and I'll say about an hour into your long rest, so I will give you guys the option of taking a short rest at this point. Who's gonna be on watches, by the way?
I mean, Enoch will be awake, but I'm not sure how good he'll be on watch.
Will the monkeys also be on watch?
I'll take first watch.
Alright, so Zeno and Enoch on first watch. Alright, so for you two, as you begin, like I said, as about an hour into your watch, I guess go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 as well!
Double 20!
Alright, well, this group rolled a natural 1, so heaven or hell, let's rock. As...
Do we see
Do
them?
one.
Oh, yeah. Emerging from the walkway that's off to the east, the two of you see a group of 3 figures as they're walking towards the camp, seemingly in your direction.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there. Slow down there. Enoch will make his hand into a rapier. Kind of point it at him.
Zeno pulls out his, gets his staff.
They get to about there before they stop, and as you're looking, there are 3 people here. 2 of them seem to be brutish-looking guards of sort, and the third is a human of some sort. And as you get a better closer look at them, they appear to be wearing long-fitting robes of a red color. And from what you can make out as these 2 brutes stand aside, you get a better look at this. Looks to be a woman with a shaved head that's under a red cloak. Red robes, as it were. And as they stop, who's there?
we're an expedition party searching through Omu. Who goes there? As Enoch will just try to like nudge Dan with the back of his foot as he's staring at these people like, wake the fuck up.
What?
As let's see. I'm gonna see if Orvix. No, Orvix is currently asleep as he's sleeping in a tent. As the individual who is in the robes begins to wave their hand, and at this point, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Who didn't even answer?
Well, they're choosing not to at this point, as will this work?
That's fine. They've chosen violence.
Yep,
Or-
this'll work.
Before anything or before we do that, Zeno would just all right, guys, we got some action out here.
So this has only been the equivalent of a short rest, right?
Correct.
Heckies. Okay.
On the bright side, at least you get your channel divinity back.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, but now I only have one level 3
This is fine.
and 2 level 2s. God damn it.
I mean, on the upside, at least Enoch has some level 4s.
That's true. I haven't used my level 4 spell yet.
Alright, so the thugs rolled. Let's see, they have a 0, so they rolled a 16. The person in the robes didn't roll as well. What did you get?
I'm gonna get my jinxes back from short rests. Good to know.
Also, above game real quick, Milla, is my HP count accurate for what it is right now? I'm sitting at 37 out of 59.
Correct. Assuming you hadn't healed since your fight with the Yuan-Ti, you haven't received any healing or took any damage since.
Okay. Okay.
But with the short rest, wouldn't he have been able to?
Yeah,
get
that's
some
what I
of
was.
Oh
that's
yeah, you would be able to roll hit dice for your.
Okay, let me
short
do that
rest.
real quick.
Alright, so Orvax rolled a 12, even though they're technically asleep. I'm just moving this out of the way. Just gonna go ahead and make that transparent just to make it easier. That works.
Oh no, they're in danger. Wick rolled above everyone.
I mean, you say that,
Well-
but he is out of his big boy spells.
They see him approaching them.
Alright, so then I just have to roll for Kawasha and Koopa Lue. Wow!
And I'm noticing a theme on initiative for me today. Very low.
Same with
Again.
Kawasha, because he rolled a nat 1 for 2. Meanwhile, Koopa Lue rolled a 19 for a 20 again.
Listen, I've learned that if Enoch rolls in double digits for initiative, he's doing well for himself.
Oh, I just realized I tied with their wizard.
They have a +2 for their decks.
Alright, let me take a look at mine. I have... +1, they go first.
Okay. They did take that into account. Excellent. As going into before the initiative proper resolves, you see the wizard begin to wave their hand and their staff as they look as though they're casting a spell, and
That's funny because, you know...
do I sense a counterspell coming?
Yes.
Alright, well, what level are you casting it?
It's default fourth because or warlock.
Ah! That begs the question. What level is the spell that they were attempting to cast? Yep, it's canceled.
Enoch would just be like, hey now,
Ah!
no need for that, as he just again keeps pointing the rapier at them, but his eyes start purple.
Curse you! As we now begin our initiative proper, and it's Koopalue's turn. He's gonna take a 5-foot step sideways out of this tent here. Looking at that dude right there. Gonna go with Old Faithful and huckle a rock from his sling. And miss. That'll bring us to your turn then, Wick.
Well, alright, since we've got ourselves a wizard, I think this may come in handy. Let's do a heckin' bless. We're going to do bless on... I can only do 3 people. We'll do it on Enoch, Dan, and Zeno.
Alright, Enoch, Dan, and Zeno. So we'll say...
Appreciate it.
You know what? We'll do a nice little, leaf there.
Aw. Also, throw in a blazer.
Alright,
It's
so you
not
said
420
Dan...
yet. Calm down.
So you said Dan, Enoch, and Elise, you said?
No,
Plus?
Zeno.
Oh, Zeno. Okay. Good to know.
And he's gonna waddle himself 5. Just about there. I think it's as far as he can get.
Alright.
I'll play the game real quick. I just noticed what Black McLaren said. I just say, hey, we're not always in danger.
Yeah, we are. We're in Chult.
You just missed they fought a frog behemoth earlier.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
We literally walked out of one building and were attacked instantly.
Alright, Elise, it's your turn.
Alright, time to keep the hot streak going, I guess. Gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark Mr. Wizard over here and take my shot.
Alright, 5 attack. Alright. Hunter's Mark.
First shot, soft 20.
20. Let me see here. They've got mage armor up. And... let's see. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
9 piercing, Hunter's Mark damage is 6 maximum, so that's 15 damage for shot number 1.
Alright.
Shot number 2. 16.
And as that second arrow comes through, you see
I
she
am
waves
blessed. I am blessed, so let me roll that.
Alright.
It's
Oh, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Alright. Yeah, as the second arrow goes to hit, she waves her hand and a magical shield pops up and blocks the arrow.
Alright. Move. Do I want to... Yeah, we'll move here. And call turn.
Alright. It's Yuki time.
So unfortunately, she can't really get up to anybody, so she's just gonna sit here and bark.
Woof.
Alright. It's the bodyguard's turn. One bodyguard is gonna strut up to Yuki,
Rude.
and the other is going to approach Wick. And they're each gonna brandish their clubs, and they're gonna go to town. You're each gonna get 2 attacks. So starting with Wick. That's gonna be 1 hit with a club on you, Wick, for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And for Yuki, that's gonna be 1 hit for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Rude.
luckily she now has
And-
hit points.
True.
And that brings us to Orvex. What? As he's going to crawl out of the tent. as he's, let's see, that's 15, 20, 25, 30. As he looks out, what? Phasma? What are you doing here? He's not sure of what to do, to be honest, so that's his turn. Next is Phasma. As... Blasted spellcasters. As she is going to... Oh, what will she do?
Pot, meat kettle.
Yep. Five, 10, 15, 20. Actually, wait, 5. She's going to move. This is gonna be hard for her. She was right there. Hold on. She's gonna run straight back. So that she's just outside of your range. So we'll call that 65 feet from you, Enoch. As you look up and you see she has you see her disappear.
Do I see that?
Yeah, all of you see as she runs away, she is vanishes and disappears.
Oh, great.
Alright. Enoch, or not Enoch, Dan, it's all your turn.
So this is interesting. I saw roughly where she vanished, right?
Correct.
Could I put a moonbeam directly on top of that place?
You could, yes.
I'm gonna do that because it breaks through illusion's moonbeam. And I'm pretty sure she either teleported or she turned invisible.
Alright, could you link Moonbeam for me?
Yep. Spell description.
Also, that's true. She's hunter's marked, so.
I don't
You have advantage to
automatically know
track
where...
her.
Yeah, I have advantage to track her, but I don't automatically know where she is.
That still means that she can hide well.
Instantly reverse original form to her. Oh wait, I was thinking about it changes shape changers back. That's what
Yeah.
it was. I thought it also cuts through illusions. That's on me.
Yeah.
she's
Well,
still
roll the
standing there,
damage
so-
for it as she failed this. Oh, wait. She takes the full damage, apparently, if she
Full
were there.
10 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
And Dan's gonna hop on his broom and I guess he'll just go up I don't know, about 20 feet in the air. And then forward 30 feet to like right there. And he's going to say, wow, battle's just started. You're already running away.
Alright.
I think damage also breaks invisibility. If
Yep.
that's what
Not
it is.
necessarily.
It's a concentration
Okay.
check at least.
Unless, hold on a second, I have to double check for that spell that she had.
I was
mean,
gonna say,
we're-
I'm
greater
making I'm
invisibility.
making assumptions. I might be wrong, but
We're assuming she used invisibility. We don't know
I am
that.
assuming, yeah.
I mean, it could be greater invisibility too, which doesn't have that hiccup.
She could have also teleported. We don't know.
True.
Yeah, but if we teleported, she wouldn't have taken the damage.
Also, for the sake of them running away, Blackwood Ferret dropped 50 bits and we just had Carl running across the screen as fast as possible.
Thank you,
Alright.
Black Ferret above game.
Yep.
Alright, so that'll bring us to Enoch then.
Alright, Enoch will put a pin in the spellcaster move over here. Hey now, that's not very nice. And we're gonna swing with Booming Blade. See if I can find my rapier. There we go. 15 plus bless.
15.
So that's 17.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Alrighty. So first the rapier. Oh, oops, wrong button. So that's 2 plus Booming Blade. That helps fast. So that's 8 damage, and then he'll take another 2d8 if he moves.
All right. And just gonna mark that they're shimmering. No.
Looks like your boss left you.
All right. Anything else then, Enoch?
That's about it for him.
All right, Zeno, it's all your turn.
So first I'll move over here, get a clear shot at this guy.
All right, I'm assuming you're targeting the bodyguard that's engaged with Yuki.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
All right.
attack right here, so it can hit it or fire or shatter.
All right. All right. Roll
I
for
could
your
do
all magic
sorcery
search.
points. I could do sorcery points, but actually, yeah. This is,
Okay.
Yuki-
So.
Yuki and Dan are fine.
Okay. So nurse detected, and I believe I take roll. Go ahead and roll the damage. So I roll the con save. And yeah, they fail. So that's 11 points of thunder damage.
Forget. Can bless be added to the attack itself or just the rolls?
It's just attack rolls and saving throws that you
Alright.
make. Alright, so that's 2 magic damage. Alright. Anything else for your turn then?
That's it.
Alright. Next up will be Kawasha. He's going to take a step right here. He'll extend his hand forward, and guess what? He's going to go ahead and cast Thunder Wave, targeting just that thug right there.
Hey, did you know I can speak to animals?
That's a very good skill.
We still have a pin in that thought. I do want to know what he says.
Alright, so the thug's gonna make his con save, or strength save. He passed, so he'll take 6 points of thunder damage. He is not pushed.
I feel like we now have a meme for just Kawasha.
Alright.
So we need art of him with the pog face. You know I can speak to animals on like
If there's anybody here who could do that, I have a feeling that would be Elfarat.
You have your job, artists.
Alright, well, that concludes Kawasha's turn. Now that'll bring us to Koopalue. Seeing as how Yuki is in trouble, 5, 10, 15, 20, he's gonna move around and flank and go in for a claw attack with advantage because he's flanking right there. And manages to hit with his claws for respectable damage. And that thug is looking particularly bloodied after receiving the claw to the back. Next up will be Wick.
You know what? He hasn't done that. He's gonna lift up his helmet and he's actually going to reveal a very scary looking jackal pumpkin face. With cause fear.
Ooh.
Alright, so what are you targeting?
I'm gonna target the dude in front of me.
Okay. So that's gonna be a wisdom saving throw. DC 14? What was your DC?
13.
13? Well, yep, it fails.
Okay, he is frightened of me.
So on his next turn, he must use his action to.
Okay.
All right, so it costs fear. Yeah, frightened. All right, so that's their turn. I'm gonna throw a very spooky. You know what? That looks like that could qualify for frightened. It looks like it's crying. All right, Elise, it's your turn.
The menacing kanji starts to peel around Wick again.
All right.
So Lisa's gonna kind of move a little bit more square to the circle here, and she's gonna look up and yell to Dan, "Do you have a visual?"
No, she's either invisible or she ported out of here.
Can I make a survival check to find her? Or perception? They're both
I
the
say
same.
it would be a flat roll because of your hunter's mark, canceled out by the fact, canceling out the advantage from her being invisible. So, flat perception roll.
Okay. I'll just say survival because I have the same score for both. We'll just say survival.
Sure, I would say if you use the survival, it would be your action to do.
There we go. 24.
So 24. Yeah, you see just on the skirts of the moonbeam, you see there's a splash of a footprint. That is currently embedding in the mud, so you know the 5-foot square that she is currently in for your action.
Okay, so she's probably about right here, right?
Yeah, assuming it's about 5, 10, 15, 20. And again, because of the area of the map, it's not exactly to scale, so... let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... It's basically 30 feet away from that point off the map is where she's currently at.
Okay. It's still within range of my longbow, though.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guess what? Action search.
Oh! Alright. It would be with disadvantage because she's invisible to attack.
That's fine. Shot number 1. 15.
15. And you see that as the arrow comes flying their way, you see a quick glimmer as a shield comes up, and oddly enough, she does not become visible after she does that. So you see a faint flicker.
Okay, well, shot number 2. 22.
22 will hit.
5 points of piercing damage, Hunter's Mark damage, 1.
Plus your Colossus Slayer.
Plus Colossus Slayer is 4, so that's going to be 10 points of damage total.
Alright, so she needs to make a con save. You hear a painful cry let out as she does not break her invisibility, but you definitely hit her as the arrow grazes and you see a streak of blood fly from where it hit.
Her position is compromised, though. I did my job. I'm gonna just one more free action. I'm gonna look to the group and say, "I found her."
Good job.
And that'll in turn.
All right. Next up is Yuki.
Well, I wasn't able to make her big, so she's just going to grant advantage on the guard she's currently in front of. Barking, putting the fear in him.
All right. Speaking of the guard's turn. How bad is he gonna feel? Yeah, Wick, you see as this guard just looks down at you and just lets out a guttural yell. So, he begins to run away. So, first off, Booming Blade's gonna trigger, so go ahead and roll the damage, Enoch.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's 11 damage.
11. He's like, oh, fuck me. Ah! That's gonna do, it's gonna hit that. We'll say he uses action to disengage, so you do not get your attacks of opportunity off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so he's just gonna move that way.
I was just gonna say, Enoch looks at him and goes, huh, never seen that happen before.
Yeah, what's the matter? Wick's not that scary.
It's not even that. Enoch would have seen that and just filed that under a way of, okay, yeah, Wick is sometimes terrifying. But I'm more talking about the booming blade. Nothing's ever run from him when he's used it.
Yeah, like Zeno would just be like, yeah, I didn't see what Wick looked like. So he's like, yeah, why are you running away from Wick?
Alright, so the last card is going to get back here, you coward! As he's going to do a bonk each on Koopalue and Yuki. So starting with Koopalue, that's a hit for, oh, what's their strength? That's +2. Yeah! You just imagine that Koopalue has a big old shiner and he's just staggering after taking that one hit to the side of the head. Meanwhile, the one on Yuki, that's a... That's a 10 to hit?
That will not hit.
Alright, so he goes to do an overhead swing down, and Yuki just jerks nimbly, barely out of the way as mud just splashes up from the head, finding no purchase.
Nimbly dogged.
Nimbly dozed. Meanwhile, Orvex is just gonna stand here bewildered at what's going on. And meanwhile, it is Phasma's turn. She... I'm just moving this out of the way so I can access it. Actually... Wretched curs! You who dare defy the Arcane Brotherhood!
We don't know what that is.
We were
I
just
am very-
sleeping in a tent. Can you leave us alone for fuck's sake?
I'm very interested in what that is. It
So-
sounds interesting.
She's got, you see a faint flicker of a ball of light come from a small point, and as it flies over, yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be centered right there. 5, 10, 20. Yeah, I need everybody that's over here. That's gonna be not Zeno and Elise. You guys all need to make dexterity saving throws as a fireball is currently erupting right next to Wick.
Wait,
And,
even me, I'm up in the air.
Oh, you're up in the air. You're fine. You're out of the way.
Okay.
And let's just use that bless. Thank you.
Actually,
Nice.
how high up in the air are you, Dan?
So I went 20 feet in the air, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, she's just gonna hit just to focus on everybody hitting on the ground. So that's gonna be 8d6.
Is she still invisible, or did she drop that?
Oh, she's still invisible, oddly enough.
Someone suspect an illusion. But yeah,
I
got
would,
20.
but that's an action, so...
I mean, her position is still technically compromised, so I'm not too worried about it.
That moment when I realized fireball is 120-foot range.
All right, so
And yet I'm the
those-
only one that's not. Wasn't the only one that wasn't affected.
All right, I have to see what her spell save DC is.
I hope it's lower than 20.
14. So everybody rolled 14 or higher passes.
Woohoo!
So that's, let's see, 10, 20, 25, 26 points of fire damage on a failure and
13.
That is 13.
13 on a pass. Unfortunately, Yuki is le pouf. And that's right, the guard has to make it there as well.
Oh right, I didn't even roll her dexterity save, but even if she made it more than 4.
Yeah, that bug is still barely standing. Failed, so... Oh yeah, Kawasha is looking rough. Orvex.
Was it you said that Kwasha almost died in that last encounter, or was it a couple away?
Oh wait! That's right, he hasn't been healed yet from that, so...
Well,
Kawasha's down.
Well, he would have used, I mean, we had short rests. He could have healed.
Oh yeah, well, that's true, but... he didn't think he was that rough off, so he's down.
He thought we were going to sleep.
Retroactive.
Yeah, well, I said you guys would have gotten a short rest in the process of trying to get a long rest. So, so she casts a fireball, and she's going to... yeah, that's about what you can see for that turn. Dan, it's your turn.
So we know where she is now. Can I move the moonbeam to sit right back on top of her?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. So hear me out. I have my Moonlight Illusionist, which allows me to do advantage on investigation checks. Could I use investigation instead to see through her illusion, that is the invisibility?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Alright. Well, that's a 10.
Yeah, you can't... You lost sight of where she's at.
Add less.
Oh, yeah, bless, too.
And that's
Actually,
14.
no, that's attack rolls and saving throws, right? I don't think it applies to skill checks, does it?
Hold on, let me check. You might be right. There's plus. There you are. Try that makes an attack roll or saving throw. Okay, yep, no, you're right.
Yeah, so
all right,
it
so
doesn't
yeah,
apply to
still
those
10.
checks. You saw the spot where she cast the fireball, so you can
Yeah,
at least move to there.
that's what I'm gonna do, I think, with my action.
Okay. All right. Anything else then?
Should I roll the damage?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright. So that's 2d10, because I cast it at its regular level. So that would be 8 if it does hit her.
All right.
And then
Alright.
the other thing I would like to know is, if she fails the save, would I know that? Because that matters for if I'm going to use a jinx or not.
Above game, I'll just say this. You suspect that she's... in game, Dan suspects that she's there, but above game, she's technically not, so... She did not do that, so...
Alright, if he's uncertain, I guess he won't use the jinx then.
Yep. That'll bring us to Enoch then.
Well, since you said Kawash is down, Enoch will move over, and a small cloud of, nanites will float over Kawash's chest as I spare the dying.
Alright. Spare the dying. Kawasha is now stable.
Also, how's Orvex looking?
He is looking like he's on death's door, practically. He is very badly burned from that fireball.
Well, we'll talk to him after this. Right now, it's kill or be killed, sadly. And that's all I can really do.
Alright. Zeno, it's your turn.
Real quick, this is a double check where it is. Can you pin where she was last seen?
She was last seen there about 30 feet out from that location.
Perfect.
So 30 feet straight to the west.
I will use my last 3rd level spell right here, so where it hits where we think she is. Fireball,
Alright.
12 for the surge, so no surge. Hey
Alright.
lady, you call that a fireball?
Alright.
Hers was bigger.
Alright, so as your fireball just erupts from there, you hear a guttural, blood-curdling scream as you see being propelled, in her case, forward. You see her form just run forward as she collapses onto the ground.
Dang, I wanted to learn about that arcane brotherhood.
Is she alive? Or is she dead?
You don't know, but it seemed like that was a lot of damage that she took.
Well, we have goons.
First rule of Chult: don't start a fight you can't finish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'd be like rule 3 of Chult. His first rule is everything's trying to kill you.
Second rule, don't try to interrupt someone sleeping.
I'll just mark that for a posterity.
It never works out.
Alright. Alright, Kawasha is stable. Next up is Koopa Lue. As, oh, right. Yuki is Le Pouf. As, Koopa Lue, looking very rough, is going to slash it with his claws. That's a hit. As he takes his claws and rakes deep into the back of this thug, he collapses onto the ground dead.
Well, if that other
All
thug
right.
can run away. Hey, hopefully you could, distract an Yuan-Ti.
Alright, Wick, it's your turn.
Decisions and choices. Do we want? I don't think he'd think about it. We'll do Cure Wounds on Kawasha.
Alright.
You know what? I'll use one of my channel divinities to add a 7 to that, so he gets 10.
Okay. Oh, you mean 11?
Sorry, yeah, 11.
Alright. Alright. I assume that's it for your turn?
I think that's pretty much all I can do.
Alright, Elise.
Okay, I'm gonna move up here. She's still not on camera, right? She's off screen.
Yep, she's technically off camera. She's like 30...
Okay.
She's more like 60 feet away,
But
yeah.
we can see her now, right?
Oh yeah, she's sprawled out on the
Yeah.
ground,
Okay.
face first.
With my Hunter's Mark ability, would I be able to tell magically if she's at 0? Because it doesn't specify that she has to die, it just specifies as long as she's at 0 hit points, I can move it.
Yeah, she is below 0 hit points, so yeah, I will allow you to transfer your Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Yeah, I will move it to this guy.
Alright.
And then first shot for the longbow. 17.
That hits, roll damage.
Alright, 8 piercing. Has he taken damage yet?
Yes.
He has indeed. You get all the damage.
There we go. 16 damage total for shot number 1.
Alright, and with that lone shot, as you go to aim, there is a open spot in his collar as he has his mouth open, and your arrow just goes sideways right into his neck as he collapses onto the ground. And thus it brings an end to combat.
All right.
Elise is gonna run over to this wizard carefully, not like full speed dash.
Same. Enoch will just be like, Wick, you take care of these two.
Alright.
Okay.
And with a healthy interest, flies his broom closer.
All right.
Run over here as well.
All right. So you managed to make your way out towards her as she is lying face down in the mud. What do you do?
Enoch will flip her over with his rapier just to see if she's still breathing.
Medicine check.
Okie dokie.
May I also roll?
Sure.
I could do that
21.
too. I'm trained in it.
Enoch,
16.
smart enough to see if someone's chest rises and falls.
You see her. You guys see her chest breathing. It looks like she's dying.
All right. Do we want to heal her?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of want to know why the hell she attacked us.
I was gonna say between all of our medicine checks, we might be able to just at least stabilize her that way.
I'll allow one more from one of you with advantage. It'll
I
be
have
bonus.
the highest medicine, I think.
Yeah,
One
that's,
second.
that's,
Let me go check.
Because I got the +4.
I have a 3.
17. Yeah, you managed to stabilize her, and especially on her back, she is definitely bleeding. You managed to take her robes and use that to kind of cauterize the wound, and yeah, she is now stable.
All right. Enoch's going to want to
Okay.
take out some rope in hand to at least tie her hands up behind her.
at least we'll do so. Is there like a tree nearby that we can just prop her up against?
Not really in this part of the. In this open Broadway, this open avenue, more or less.
Or like a crumbled wall or something solid.
Let me go ahead and bring you guys up to the
I mean,
map
there's several
here.
buildings. We could probably just throw her in one of the empty ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, go ahead and drag you guys off that map and over to the Omu map, just so you can see for brevity.
Yeah, Chaka, we're right here.
Okay, I see.
Well, there is that. I say there is that banner pole that's sitting right by the campsite, so you could tie her up to that.
That's
Okay,
very
yeah.
true.
So let's just loop her hands over the banner pole. There we go. Yeah. That should hold. So we know they're not part of the yellow banner that we found the note for. But Orvex, you sounded like you recognized her. Was she always this murdery?
You see Orvex just, as he's holding onto his shoulder. Well, I suppose I owe you an explanation for that.
What would be
Yes.
helpful, yes.
Yes, her group were the ones that had hired me to guide them down here. I'm not exactly sure why she would do that. I mean, she didn't tell me that much about who else she was working for, but I know that there were 3 others dressed like her that were in the group. One of them that they answered to, her name was Zamigra. She appeared to be the one that was in charge of this group, and they had left off. Well, there was one other, but as he just kind of goes to mention, well, they were one of the ones that had died in the explosion back in the courtyard.
Okay, well, we'll try asking her some questions. If everyone wants to rest, I can sit up and watch her.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, Enoch will just keep his sword hand out and just kind of... Oh, what?
You know, nothing like a fight to get rid of those dancing monkeys in your eyes.
Right?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, the entire time you were fighting, it's like, yeah, you could... Thankfully, as it wore on, the monkeys were a little less vivid, but they were still there.
Yeah, we'll
To some
say
extent.
Enoch didn't see
We'll say
Spooky
that,
Jack
and not that
Jack-o'-lantern.
we totally forgot.
You also gotta remember, Enoch has become completely blasé. If magic shit happens to him, he just kind of like rolls with the punches.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
the
latest
healthier way to
problem?
go about things.
What's the latest problem? Crazy lady? Okay.
Also, while Wick is sitting next to Kawash as he's like coughing up smoke,
So I hear you can talk to animals.
Yes.
Thanks.
He just kind of looks around and. Oh, that's right. Thankfully, at this point, Licky thankfully is just kind of pokes up from the scarf.
this
Yes.
is the strongest scarf ever. It's
Yeah. Normally, I'm pretty nice when it comes to pets and familiar types that are, like on your person. Normally, they're not subject to a lot of the stuff unless it's something catastrophic. But,
You are very generous. I would have killed it.
You have
one
have a
part I'm
scarf of
generous, other
protecting
part. Oh
lizards.
yeah, that was a thing. I forgot. So.
It's fine. Wick has a scarf of protecting lizards.
His scarf is made out of love. It's the strongest protection there is.
Love
Exactly.
conquers all, even dex saves from fireballs.
But yeah, while everyone else wants to rest, Enoch will just pull up like a bit of stone, plop it down, sit on it, stare at her with his sword hand, just kind of like vaguely pointing at her.
All right. Yeah, as for flavor, Kawasha just walks up and waves his hand again, having to cast it again this time. Oh, so now you want to speak with him? Okay, I suppose I can oblige. So, what would you like to know? Oh, oh my!
yeah.
This one seems remarkably talkative. Say it was hot for a while, and then it felt relieved when I felt the rain.
Oh, is he happy? Does he need anything?
Looks down, and then he looks back up to you. Oh, he does say he is hungry.
Oh, that's easy. What does he eat?
Well, I can tell you that. Normally lizards like this, they tend to eat insects or small frogs.
Oh, I think we can take care of that. Certainly we've been going around a lot of bugs.
You know what? Just for a kick, roll a survival check for me.
Okay, okay.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking because we've been in Civilization, we forgot I'm knocking down our uses of raid by 3.
He's actually very good at survival. That's one of his best. I'm
Wasn't
gonna use
it the-
inspiration. 24.
Inspiration. You think about it for a second. You think, oh wait, the old moldy tent set are here. You kind of peek underneath it, and yeah, you find some grubs that are underneath it.
Ah, perfect. Okay, there you go. Dine away. Have a sporky sporg.
As Licky just kind of looks, turns his head, waits for a few seconds, goes in, chomps at it. Kawasha turns to you and says, "Oh, they are very grateful you fed them."
He looks pleased. Yay!
It is very happy you fed it. Now, as he, you see, Licky just kind of goes and turns back into your scarf. Oh, it's very tired for the excitement. It's going back to sleep.
He just gives his scarf a little gentle pat and he lets him sleep.
All right. All right. So, what were the rest of the watches for you guys going into this?
I guess I can take a night watch since he is a lantern.
Yeah, Enoch is perpetually on night watch, so.
I'd also take one of the. I'd take the other remaining night watch then.
I could
Okay.
take the end.
All right, so fourth watch from Dan, and
Yep.
third and fourth watch from Elise and Enoch.
Sure.
Enoch's for all watches, remember. No slip.
Right.
Then Wick would probably be next then.
All right. Up until the fourth watch, Elise and Enoch, you notice, Phasma begin to. As you, look up and you see her finally stir, and, she just kind of tilts her head up as, you see that her shaved head is just kind of glistening from the rain.
Yeah, Enoch will just kind of stand up, mosey on, point his sword at her. Nice and slow, magic lady, nice and slow.
Elise will be kind of right there too. She'll have a hand on, kind of like a hand on her bow, but she won't pull it out.
What do you want?
Well, some answers would be nice, considering you just attacked us out of nowhere. We didn't mean no harm.
Anyone who's not with us tends to be a threat around here.
I mean, yeah, first rule of Chult, everything's trying to kill you. But we're an exception to the rule. We weren't trying to kill you.
We're an expedition from the city to the north.
So are we.
Well, are you investigating the Death Curse too?
I want you to roll an insight check on her.
Sure.
Me too.
Sure.
16.
Can.
Not particularly. And, Enoch and Elise, you know that, yeah, she is definitely hiding something about that. It seems like, when you mentioned the Death Curse, yeah, it seems like they're definitely interested in that.
Okay. Well, file that under lying to us. Not great on your part.
If we have a mutual interest, it would make sense to, at the very least, maybe not necessarily work together, but try to compare notes.
Especially considering that a third of your party was already massacred by Yuan-Ti.
Oh, is that so? Tragic. A shame I couldn't have been there to help, but I suppose better them than me.
A body has its uses, it seems.
I think you might want to consider yourself finding some allies, considering, well, a couple of fireballs and everything else going on. They're probably on their way here. We're trying to rest up, but either we let you free, you can go try to find your friends on your own, which I don't really think you'll make it. Or you could go up with us, and we could probably try to find the thing we're both looking for.
See how smart you are in this situation, Phasma. Wait. I may have something. A trade, perhaps.
Raises one actual eyebrow.
Same.
In my pack, there's something that we've been searching for. I give you that, and you let me go.
Elise, check her pack.
I'm gonna kind of like wherever we manage to put her belongings. I'm gonna kind of like backpedal. I'm not gonna like turn around. I'm gonna keep her within eyesight, but I'm gonna backpedal towards where we kept her stuff, and I'm gonna look in it.
I would
It's a
also-
small cube.
Okay. That's good. Milla, above game, this has been at least an hour since she passed out, right?
This has been 3 hours.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have my spells. She's a powerful caster, and I need both those counter spells.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
okay. Alright. Like I said, I'm fine with letting bygones be bygones. We'll take the cube. You can head out. Best of luck. Like I said, those Yuan-Ti seem to be kill on sight. So, might want to stick to that little invisibility trick.
Duly noted.
Alright, Enoch will slowly go behind the pole and cut her hands while looking at Elise. Just be like, get your bow out.
She again. She has a hand on her bow, but she's not pulling it out.
All right. As she reaches into her pack, she presents you another cube, about the same size as the other ones that you have before. This one with a rabbit with unicorns horn on its head.
Alright. Alright, Enoch will hold out his actual hand to take it.
All right, she hands it to you.
Alright. Well, Miss Phasma, I hope to never see you again. And he just gestures off so she can head out.
As she goes to leave, Elise would say, "Well, just one more piece of advice. If you head west, don't head too far. Word is that there's a dragon's den out that way towards the mountains."
Believe me, the feeling is mutual as she motions to you, Enoch. And you see as she turns herself invisible and she begins to you see her footprints begin to lead away as she just kind of stomps away. And she makes her way up. At this point, you can see as the sloshing and stomping disappears as she begins to walk up the steps.
Okay. What
then
should I
I'll
put
say-
down for the puzzle cube?
You have the Ijin puzzle cube.
That one I can phonetically spell.
I'll type that for you.
Thank you.
Or Ijin, I suppose.
Alrighty, thank you. Alright, Enoch will take back to his spot of sitting down and now slump his shoulders a bit because he's no longer having to worry. Oh, good, I didn't have to kill that lady. Because Enoch has done a lot of killing, but he's never had to kill anyone in cold blood.
Sure, more magically inclined party members would have wanted to interrogate her about her organization, but it is what it is.
Dan's got enough irons in the fire. If he wants to look that up when we get back to the mainland, that's fine. But right now, this is about survival.
All right. As the rest of the night continues, nothing happens. All right, so the rest of the day continues, I suppose, because it's basically at dusk at this point when you guys begin to perk up.
Yeah.
You mean
I would-
dawn?
Well, it was in the middle of the afternoon when you guys decided to take your long rest. Again.
I mean, we would be pretty exhausted having been hit with fireballs and everything else.
Yeah.
Though, I would love to find out what Dan says when he immediately shows up. It's like, where'd you go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to. So Dan wakes up. What happened to Phasma?
Oh, she woke up, bartered for her life. Enoch will hold up. Got another puzzle cube out of it.
Okay. First things first. Do you know which shrine she got that from so we don't go to that one?
Well, since they're all marked with some kind of animal on the outside, we can just skip it. This one seems to be a rabbit with a horn on it.
Okay.
Orvex makes his way towards it. Yes, this is the mark of Aijin. The Almirage.
Okay. Well, that's good. That means that wherever she came from, that's at least one temple where we don't gotta worry about getting attacked by animals or puzzles.
Right. Second, I wish I could have asked her about the Arcane Brotherhood, but more importantly, if she had seen Peggy anywhere. I suppose Wick will be able to maybe locate her with that spell, but...
I can try.
Yeah.
I should be able to try it now.
Though, while Wick's doing that, I'm gonna let you know, from the sound of it, their group's gonna be real hostile. There was no love lost about their people getting massacred. If anything, she thought it was kind of funny.
That's not nice.
Ah.
Lovely.
That's why I was willing to just take the cube and let her get out of here. Chances are she'll run to Yuan-Ti, try to kill them, and, well, one of our problems will solve each other.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I also told her about the dragon.
Again, either way, our problems will solve each other.
Oh, Enoch, how are the dancing monkeys?
Do I still have dancing monkeys?
Make a con save for me.
Okie dokie. 18.
Yeah, as you kind of mentioned that the visions of them disappear. You're no longer affected by the blue monkey fever.
Oh yeah, they start sputtering out around like a little while after you went back to sleep, Wick. By the time I was talking with Phasma, they were basically gone.
You saw as Wick was like slowly starting to poke his finger towards Enoch's like magically, and he's
Oh,
Think of it this way, Wick. You got the spell prepared, and you got the spell and you got ability to cast spells. So that's good.
he pouts a little.
well,
I mean-
I guess it is still a healing spell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it'll
I-
do.
theoretically, someone could still get an ailment at any point in time.
Well, it is true. Okay, he's gonna pop.
I
his
was
little
imagining
button.
everyone of this slowly look at Zeno.
Elise pretends to trip and fall on a branch and sprain her ankle.
Don't do that. That's a second level slot. We need those.
All right. So, where do you guys want to go from here then?
Well, first things first. Do you want to try to do the thingy?
Yes.
Okay. Describe it to me.
All right.
Oh, well, you kind of already done that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try it. Wrong one. There we go.
All right, locate creature.
Just for flavor, I imagine the guardian appears and then just points in the direction where the creature is.
No, not you.
Let's see.
And while
where's-
disappearing, but I know where she is.
You go to cast locate creature. You did not detect any creatures within the 1,000 feet that match the description of Peggy Deadbells.
Wick shakes his head.
Well, it's concentration within an hour, so currently you do not detect anything.
Yeah, not right now. It's a
All right.
theoretical possibility that she's maybe over the water or just not within the range. But we can keep walking and see if we find anything.
All right.
The second Wick says theoretical, I just imagine giant anime glasses on them.
He has weird bouts of smartness.
Just picturing like the helmet still on, but the glasses are on the very tip, and Wick pushes them up.
On a
They
non-existent nose.
Yes,
They glow
exactly.
orange.
All right.
But
So,
Dan, if you want to get a shot from the sky, see if there's any temples nearby.
All right. Elise, would you like to take a quick ride? You haven't been up yet.
Sure.
Alright, let me just go ahead and go onto the there here.
Above game, I don't know if Elise has ever experienced flight in her life.
Ta-da! There's your token. Flight crew.
Alright, flight crew. We're gonna go from our current position. Probably fly about... not too far away. Probably like about here, maybe?
Okay. As you fly along the courtyard and get to about here.
Say above game, this building looks a little suspicious.
Yeah, that's why I was flying near it.
Cracked monoliths flank the entrance to this ruin. Sage ferns grow in the courtyard between broken flagstones. A pair of stone doors provides entry to our large, flat-roofed ruin.
Well, that definitely looks like one of our shrines.
And roll a perception check for me, quick, from up there.
Will do.
Yeah.
Five.
What's...
Can I opt to use my passive?
I say if it's an active check looking for something, you would not use the passive.
Okay.
You would have inspiration though if you wanted to use it, wouldn't you? I don't think you used it.
I haven't
Yeah.
used. I'm assuming Milla didn't use it before, so.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I'll use it. Whatever.
Alright.
Ah!
Wow.
Actually, you know what? Keep your inspiration back because, actually I misread that, so you wouldn't have needed to use it. Elise, you see hopping around in the courtyard, you barely catch a glimpse of it, but you do see, it looks like a small rabbit just hopping around that's just kind of scrounging around for food, but as you get a closer look at it, this rabbit looks like it has like a small little horn or something at the top of its forehead.
I'd say we found a shrine, alright.
But it might be the one we have the cube for already, but we should definitely go back to the others and let them know. And away we go.
Actually, let me double check something else real quick here before we stray too far from that.
Sorry, personal roll.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if, oh yeah, as you're flying over, yeah, you do see that the doors that are on that shrine were open.
Somebody may be in there.
Well, it could also be the shrine that Phasma got her cube from. I mean, rabbit, unicorn horn. Probably didn't close the door behind her.
Probably. If we already had the cube, then there's probably no reason for us to go there.
Right. Anything else up here of note, or should we fly back?
Nothing else really. You just see a bunch of ruins, and you see where the river is flowing over here and running into some of the ruins of the streets there.
All right. Then now seems like a good time to meet up with everyone and inform them of the next ruin.
Real quick, since we're probably in a better range than previously, I wanted to see if there's anything more that I can get perception-wise from this part of the city over here from last time.
How high up are you flying currently, Dan?
That's a good question, Mega May. Probably not too high. High enough so we can get a good bird's eye view of the local area, but too high might invite attack, but we can go higher if you really want to. At least we could go a bit higher if you wanted to take a look at other structures. I just figured we'd stay low in case
Do you
anything
think
was looking.
do you think about 30 feet would be too risky?
I think that could be done.
Yeah. And
I also
enough
have-
where it looks like I can get a little bit above level with the walls here.
I could also, if we really want to go higher than that, I have fog cloud. I could give us some cover in the event of the worst case scenario.
Just high enough that I can get a good enough view.
Alright. So, we'll say, you're able to fly up about... Oh, looking at the key there. You're probably able to fly up another... 50 feet. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me again.
Boop, boop.
That's better. 18.
And I rolled 11.
And actually, let's see what the weather is like. Oh, yeah, it's perfectly clear, too. It's actually not raining, so... At least... Some things of note, as you're looking off into the distance, you can see where there's the one building that was across the precipice, you know, that was across from where you saved that grog
That
from the
one.
sacrifice. There's that one that was of note. You also see that down this river here, it looks like you see like a boat or something that's, there's some thing you see that's kind of wedged in the river there. You also see there is another building with a courtyard that's across the river that way. As well as off in the distance towards the northern side, you do see another very large structure off in that corner as well.
She'll kind of point down here. That might be another temple down that way. There's also a very large circular building farther to the north that we could want to check out.
Okay.
I was kind of specifically looking over here towards like what I'm assuming was like the main part of the city. If there's anything to note over there, or anything that's changed since the last time, since we're closer now.
Let's see for that. Well, I'll give you this description as you're kind of looking at it. Thousands of bats swirl above a great ruin. Behind a 15-foot-high circular wall, you see crumbling arcades, vine-choked statues, empty plazas, and buildings overgrown with banyan roots. Streets that aren't flooded are choked with rubble.
Okay. So definitely looked pretty destroyed from what we can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep, that's good enough. She'll just kind of wave at Dan to give the all clear to go back down.
Before we do, I know my roll was low, but I am curious about this building over here since we're higher up. Does that look like it could potentially be a shrine, or is that just a really big building?
Well, with your perception check, you don't really make out a courtyard for where you're at, but... you're not sure if that would qualify as a shrine or not, but maybe.
Alright. Time to head back.
Alright. We'll say that takes about 5-7 minutes. You managed to make your way back to your companions.
So what did your elf eyes see?
We got a temple. What looks like we got another shrine to the east. There's also what looks like a boat or something wedged in the river, like a tree down or something that we could maybe use as a makeshift bridge if we wanted to just go straight there. There's also another place farther to the north that looks like a half circle almost.
And then a little, south from that one, a little up the way, there's a shrine there, but that's probably the one where we got our current cube from Phasma.
Okay, that's good to know.
There's also a really big building over here. It could be a shrine, it could just be a really big building.
Well, from the sound of it, the first question we want to ask is, do we want to try crossing the river, or do we want to investigate over here?
We might as well take care of everything that's on this side.
Okay. So I guess we could head towards that mystery building and then see what else we find.
All right. As you begin to set off along the promenade, further up to other possible buildings that you may want to investigate. That's where we'll leave our session for tonight.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, that... I was not ready for fighting more casters.
No, it's always interesting finding a caster.
See, I was, but she vanished before I could do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her out. Say, hey, I was looking for a wizard battle, and you just left. Rude.
Well,
I mean, there's a fine line between a wizard battle that they can win and a wizard battle that they cannot win. So they'll try to use everything that they can.
Coward. Just because we had the people advantage and we were better and stronger.
How dare they
wouldn't-
not die with grace?
I wouldn't say strong.
Yeah.
They were throwing out basically the same stuff we throw out.
Oh, yeah.
They also had a 4th level spell already, and I was just like, there's a reason why I took Counterspell. Enoch would not want to have to deal with this shit.
See, I had my silence jinx. If I could figure out if I hit her or not with the moonbeam, I could have just shut off her magic for until my next turn, and that would have been great.
Like, if I had rolled a little bit better on my fireball, we probably wouldn't have gotten that conversation.
No, she would more than likely have
She
been.
would have been Brian with Chris.
destroyed.
Yeah, well, let's start going around the horn. Caitlin, where can they find you?
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are open, so if you want a painting, you can find me there.
Awesome. Milla, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Middle Ninja Nerd, where I try to validate myself with other people's content. And you can also find me streaming occasionally on twitch.tv/MiddleNinja. Legends of Arceus might be at some point later this week. Other stuff probably might pop up at some point. You can also find me at twitch.tv/LeJake, where I play as Rugar, the High Elf Monk Wizard, and I also play through LeJake's campaign, which is also super duper fun. Aside from that, not much else on the docket for me. So yeah.
Alrighty, Chaco, where can they find you?
They can find me here on Tuesdays playing Elise. They can find me on Twitter at ChocoZombie101, Twitch at ChocoZombie101. Don't really stream, usually just in chat. WWE 2K22 has been taking all my free time, and so that's been fun playing through the game, which, if I'm being completely honest, is at least miles better than 20. So if you like wrestling video games, I would definitely give it a recommendation.
Glad to hear that game is good.
It is.
Alrighty, DeLuna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DLuna1338, and as I showed earlier today to these guys, just shipped out my latest PC build. I'll be double checking. I have a picture of that on my Twitter if you want to check it out. I am going to go on record saying that might be the prettiest build I've ever done.
It was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Dan, where can they find you?
Everyone, you can find me on YouTube at Draco-Magnius. I'm on Twitter at DMagnius, where I very recently hit 100 followers, so that was pretty cool. And here on Twitch, you can find me at Draco_Magnius. I've just started playing Paper Mario, which I'm really happy about getting into. I'm voice acting every single character that we come across and just the story in general, so that's been pretty fun so far. We haven't really gotten all that far. There was a party at Princess Peach's castle, and Bowser apparently had built his castle underneath it. Which, before anything else, can we just appreciate how he did that? That must have taken a really, really long time, even with magic, and no one figured out that happened at all until it burst forth from the ground.
No, I just want to imagine that the Koopa Building Commission had to get permits from the Mushroom Kingdom Building Commission, and no one questioned it.
Yeah. So
Everybody's
what is this
like,
for?
wait. Everybody is just like, wait. You need permits for that? He's like, screw the rules. I have the Star Rod. Ah.
What I'd like to imagine is, like, they built it and no one noticed anything. Like, it connects to Peach's castle. So, like, there was probably a bunch of noise there and nobody questioned it the entire time. Just total
You gotta think
incompetence.
about it. These are the same people that constantly let outside giant cakes be put into the Peach's castle, even though they know that the Koopalings are around.
Yeah.
That's happened 4 times in the games.
I want to believe it's both a mix of incompetence on Toad and Peach's side and Bowser and all of his troops just being really, really good at hiding things.
Alrighty, and you can find me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn and Twitter at BurnoutVaughn. Hoping to just play some chill Code Vein. I still haven't finished the game. Probably won't put this run on YouTube because missed the boat on that. But I do want to start a second playthrough as soon as I beat the game with a completely different build and a new character that looks as ridiculous and dopey as mine. So look forward to that maybe tomorrow sometime since, hey, I got time to fill. I don't got a job anymore. Yay. But before we find someone to raid, let's read the quote of the session going to Wick. So I heard you can talk to animals.
You can talk to animals.
If Wick didn't say that, the quote would have been, so put a pin in that.
Just hold that thought.
Yeah. Well, for the raid, I say we go hit up our good friend, one Hunkyard Dog, who's just getting back into streaming after a long time away, so be sure to show some love to her. Hell, I might have been invited to another meetup, so I might be seeing them again soon. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for us. But until then...
You need to show her love or else we'll stab you.
Yeah.
She is a fine egg.
Yeah. Let's see here. For raid message, put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that.
That's exactly what I said.
Alrighty. Everybody, you have a good night.
Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.